What's dudes? Going on, man? It'll be a short stream here. You might have seen the description. It is all UFC talk, boys. We'll talk about some UFC for about an hour. Then my dude, MMA Locker Room, aka Money Mills, is gonna interview Daniel Rodriguez. So this is gonna kind of serve as a pregame for that. Make sure you go check that out. Shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. But yeah, just want to talk some UFC for a little bit, man. Fucking stroke the banger a couple times, you know? Get a tasty little buzz going on. And just chop it up with you fine gentlemen. So what's going on, man? How y'all doing? So what's on your mind, boys? You saw the description? Or at least the title? Chat generated. UFC topics, that is. So, whatever's on your mind UFC related, put it in the chat. And me. And if anybody else wants to join me on the panel, we'll see how it works on my phone. But I don't know, man. Yep. Dude. What's cooking, man? Shit, you got it, brother. You got it. Just some damn UFC talk. That's all I got cooking. A little bit of some fucking a little bit of some of what's left of these animal mints here. That's about all I got cooking, man. But you tell me, man, what's on your mind, Shuggy? What's on your mind, random hero? You put it in the chat, I'll fucking talk about it. UFC related. Whatever is on the tip of your fucking tongues. Tell me about it. Pack this thing up. But it is a fucking goddamn, it is a dreary, what is it, Wednesday? Is this a week? What day is this? No, I think was it Wednesday? But yeah, it's a fucking dreary day outside, man. Dreary day on the Eastern Shore. Well, I do work, sir. Nah, but there's some shit going on, man. There's a bunch of fucking. Well, we can talk about the John Jones thing. We can talk about Leon Edwards and fucking Nate Diaz. We can talk about whatever the fuck y'all want to, man. Whatever the fuck. You pay $25 in insurance, you can do whatever the fuck you want to a rental car. Okay, here we go. I think it's got to be Holland. Surely most of the ranked middleweights are already booked. Okay. No, I'm sorry. I skipped over that. Sucks there's no UFC, but at least we can speculate who fills in for Till. Let us speculate on that. Let us speculate. Shuggy says it's got to be Holland. Most of the ranked middleweights are already booked. I agree. I mean, now I thought that fight was scrapped. Are they still is that still kind of an open, we'll see what happens? Or because I thought they scrapped that. But I'm not Mr. fucking current events. I'm not Mr. on top of whatever, the latest news. I leave that to the experts, man. So y'all tell me, man. Y'all tell me. But I think if you're, Holland will do it. He'll that's his fucking thing, man. That's kind of how he's he's made his way in the UFC is just taking these fucking. I mean, that's how he got into the UFC from the Contender Series. He didn't really make it in from the Contender Series per se, but his he was noted. He left enough of an impression that when they needed a late fill-in for the Thiago Santos fight, he called Big Mouth. That's where called Big Mouth came from. Dana White recalling that story, but yeah, man, he'll do it. Holland will do it. So I think it's got to be Holland. And like you said, the other guys are already booked. So. Yeah, I mean, I agree, but here's the thing: Holland always has that puncher's chance because he is really sharp with that right hand, and he can fire it from a good distance away. He's got a good reach for a middleweight. But yeah, I mean, if Vittori's a really good. Vittori is durable. He has a good chin, and he's a good fucking grappler. So yeah, in all likelihood, it'll be a repeat of Derek Brunson, only worse because Vittori is younger and he's more aggressive than Brunson. The older Brunson was more aggressive, but Vittori is a fucking, he's a fucking PED fucking rage monster. Like he'll go fucking buck wild if he gets Holland to the ground, and he probably will, unless Holland can clip him. But I mean, if you're talking about if we're speculating on who could possibly do it, yeah, I mean, I think it's got to be Big Mouth. Got to be Big Mouth. Yeah, exactly. Nobody else seems willing. Actually, wish KG fought Vettori next week instead of Till. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, like, you'd rather see that, right? Sucks Brunson got a 30-day notice from his wrestle. Oh, I know, man. I know, man. That would be perfect for Brunson, right? Just boom. That would fit right in, man. You could cue that right the fuck up. Because I mean, that would probably be the next fight for him anyway. So why not just boop, plug him right in there? But yeah, that's bull. You would think, though, if it came down to it, they could put the screws to some doctor and be like, look, sign this fucking thing. No, not like that. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure they could find someone to sign off on that if Brunson could really do it, if he wasn't really like hurt, you know? Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like but they say that these suspensions, it seems like they're so like it's just they have to officially say, okay, you're suspended, air quotes. You guys can't see it, but I'm doing air quotes. No, but for real, like I don't know, man, that's just dumb. Just dumb, dude. But yeah, that'd be sick. I mean, Brunson. If we're talking about who actually fucking deserves it, yeah, it should be Brunson versus Vettori instead of Brunson versus Holland. Because man, okay, dude, this will be fucked up. This will be super fucked up. Imagine this. Just close your eyes and imagine this for a second. Close your eyes and imagine. Just humor me. Just close your eyes and imagine. They get in there. Holland takes the fight. They say, okay, call Big Mouth. Big Mouth says, I'll take it. They make the fight. Holland versus Vettori. They get in there. Holland clips him and fucking knocks him out. First guy to knock out Marvin Vettori. How fucked up would that be if he somehow fucking leapfrogged Derek Brunson? How crazy would that be, dude? How fucking wild would that be? Dude, I know, and it's like he's not one of those guys that has that luxury. Like Derek Brunson ain't no spring chicken. Dude's like my age, you know? He ain't got fucking time to wait, dude. Well, it's the big show in the Chapo. What's going on, man? We're talking about potential fill-ins. Now, Show, do you know you're more on the current events than I am? Did they scrap that fight, or are they still like we could potentially find a fill-in? Because we're just speculating on that right now. Potential. I mean, it's probably Holland or Brunson if they can fucking get around this fucking suspension. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy, right? That's crazy because like, dude, oh my god, dude, could you imagine how fucking pissed off Derek Brunson will be? But yeah, what's going on, Show? It's fucking just a little pregame here before Millie Mills does that D-Rod interview. You're definitely going to be tuning in for that. Yeah, if you guys like fighter interviews, man, Daniel Rodriguez, UFC welterweight, will be interviewed by none other than MMA Locker Room, a.k.a. Money Mills. Have Money Mills on the show. Was that? Is this a week? What day is this? Oh, God, I need to quit smoking this shit here, boy. But yeah, something. Not too long ago, I actually had Mills on the show a couple times recently. But yeah, shout out to Money Mills. He's doing an interview with D-Rod at 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. That's 3 o'clock Pacific. Is it Pacific Standard Time? Or is it Pacific something else time? I don't know, man. But yeah, show in the building. General in the building. I hope so, man. I hope they don't scrap it. I hope that because that'd be crazy. That would be a fucking Kevin Holland thing to have happen. He goes he goes in there, he fucking smokes one across Vittori's chin, knocks him out, and then Dana's like, all right, Holland like is like in the title eliminator or something, like skips right over Derek Brunson. And Brunson's just like, what the fuck, dude? How fucking wild would that be, man? It's not out of the realm of possibility. It probably won't happen, but crazier things have definitely fucking happened. Oh my god, yeah. Oh man, dude. I can see the steam coming off the top of Derek Brunson's head if they fucking made that happen. It would burn away all that fucking bleach blonde. Like, oh man, he would be he oh, your boy would be heated, son. Yeah, I was gonna say, man, like I would think it would not be too hard to get around it. That's what they should do. If Brunson is willing and able, that's what they should fucking do. Like, yo, you just beat Holland. He was ranked. He was the hot shit. Just boop, plug him right in there. Fucking Vittori versus Brunson makes all the sense in the world. And actually, it makes more sense than Vittori versus Till. Isn't Till just fucking coming off the loss to Whitaker? You know what I'm saying? Like, shouldn't it really be Vittori versus Brunson anyway, now that I think about it? What do y'all think about that? Shouldn't it really just be Vittori versus Brunson anyway? Especially after what just happened? I kind of feel like that's just like a kind of a stars aligning thing. If they were to like somehow, yeah, mitigate that suspension, just fucking or just plug it right in there, you know? Link, Link, okay, okay. Yes, sirree. Oh man, the man himself. The man himself. Yeah, just pre-gaming for your interview, dude. Pre-gaming for your interview, my guy. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see if I can do this. Let me do this. Now, okay, here we go. Copy. Ah, fuck. How do I do it from my phone? Okay, hold on. Copy. I think I got it. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I think I got this. God, I'm such a fucking tech retard. Here we go. How do I put it in the chat? Fuck. Comments. God damn it. How do I? How do I? Do you know? Have y'all ever done StreamYard from your phone? How do I like chat in the? Because I can't. It's really easy to manage it, but I can't chat. I can't figure out how to chat in the fucking. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, copied. Now, how do I fucking post it to the clipboard? God damn it. That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. And I can't because I ain't smart enough. I'm too fucking stupid, boys. So please, if someone can tell me, someone that knows more about the technology than myself, please, for the love of God, tell me. DM him? Okay, okay. I've got the link copied. I'll just DM him the link. Thank you, Big Show. Thank you for helping your dumb friend out here. All right. Oh God. All right, here we go. I'm such a bad multitasker, man. I apologize. Just give me fucking 1 second here. Give me 1 second. I hope this is gonna work because this is the first time I've ever done this from my phone. But here we go. Okay, I did successfully post the link. Let's see how this goes. I did successfully post the link in your DM, Mills, if you want to check that. But yeah, hopefully, man, if this comes through, this will be awesome because this is none other than the gentleman who is interviewing UFC welterweight Daniel Rodriguez at what is that? That's 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Pacific stand. God, oh, God. Mr. Dumbass. Okay, let's try that again. Let's fucking yep, didn't happen. Let's try that again. MMA Locker Room will be interviewing UFC welterweight Daniel Rodriguez at 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There we go. There we fucking go. Goodness gracious. But yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Wait for Mills. I might not work, man. I'm doing this from my phone, so it might just be. I have no idea. I have no idea. I'll tell you what though. I'm gonna stroke this fucking binger while I wait. Oh yeah, okay. So let me send this link to guests. You can have 10 people on the screen at once. Okay, I copied to the clipboard. Layout, private chat, broadcast info, post comment. There we go. Fucking dummy. Literally, man, I'm dumb, dude. It's literally the first. It's literally the first option when you. It's so easy. It's literally like prompts you like invite a guest. You click on it. First thing, post it or when you go to the options like post comment. It's so user friendly. I'm just a retard. All right, here we go. Here we go. I'll just post that in the post it in the chat. I'm learning as I go here. Learning as I go here. But yeah, man, this is just a pregame for the interview at 6. If you're on the East Coast, that is. If you're on the West Coast, it's 3:00. Yeah, dude. Yeah, for sure, man. Definitely, definitely. Yeah, think about some shit that you might want to ask Daniel Rodriguez, man. I know he's going to be looking to bounce back from that last fight. I know he's better than that. I do know that. I know he'll definitely. I'm sure he's been working on some things since that fight. But yeah, Daniel Rodriguez is a good fighter. He'll always have that power, and he can, he definitely still has time to work on, getting better and working on his, working on takedown defense and shit like that. But I'm definitely looking forward to this interview, man. Mills does great fucking interviews. Trying to see if we can get, if you're just joining me, I'm trying to see if we can get MMA locker room in here. But unfortunately, here we go. Hold on. Private chat. He says he's here. Okay, God, that's not good. That okay, there we go. Okay, here we go. Here we go. There he is. What's up, Mills?
Yo. If I ain't on Pub Sports Radio getting too lit, I'm either messing with my boy, getting live with Toussaint. Let's go.
What's going on, man? That's what I like to hear, man. I'm fucking. You want to fucking hit this bangers right here, dude? How you doing today, Mills? What's it like on the fucking West Coast, man? What's the weather like on the West Coast, man? It's fucking dreary as shit over here.
Sunshine, palm trees, a lot of weed, and a lot of wind blowing.
God, I'm jealous. I'm just my jealousy rears its ugly green head, man. But man, dude, I'm really looking forward to this interview, man. Just fucking pre-gaming it, man. Pre-gaming for this thing here. Can't
Oh
wait.
no, man. I appreciate it, man. Like you actually was the first to promote the interview, I think like 2 days prior before it came out. And then today I see you going hard and everything. But man, also I wanted to hop in just to let like the interview might not be, man. Like it's looking a little shaky right now. So I'm a little bit paused on it. He told me like later at 6 p.m. But
Okay.
I don't know, man. He's back in LA right now. He got a lot of things going. And he just came back from the BMF ranch. So he's doing photo shoots, he's doing videos, he's doing all type of stuff. So
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm sure like if it doesn't end up working out, it can always be rescheduled.
that's what I'm aiming for, man. Like it's kind of it's one of those things, when it happens with fighters, I actually don't get mad, I don't get agitated. I know they're busy and everything like that, so I don't even mind. I just keep going and keep rooting for him.
Fuck yeah, definitely, dude. Well, I got another guest joining me.
Will.
What's up, dude? What's going on?
What up, bud? I seen you smoking bangers, so I figured I'd hop on. I haven't really
Yes,
studied much
indeed.
up on this week's or next week's UFC event, but I'm smoking a banger with you.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well,
Nah,
cheers, boys. Cheers.
but I did have a little bit exclusive though. I did want to come on, and let you guys know about a fighter who has a new fight coming up. He just fought recently, everything like that. So your boy Eric Anders, he has a fight coming up, and I'll go ahead and I'll let you guys take like a few guesses on who it is, and if you guys are right, I'll drop it on. But give you guys a few little seconds or minutes to think who's the fight gonna be with.
Eric
So this
Anders, huh?
this is Anders, Jackie
Yeah.
boy.
I mean, it could be a bunch of people. Is this somebody that's fought recently?
Yep.
That he fought recently?
Huh?
Somebody that's fought like in the past, like
Yep.
it was announced?
Nope. That's why I say your boy got exclusives. You know what I mean? When I'm in the locker room, I'm in the locker room with these dudes, bruh.
Dang. So okay. So this is like how. So he's fought the dude. Did you fight him recently? Did show already ask that?
No, I didn't say. I didn't agree to any of that.
Oh, okay,
I just
okay. Well,
agreed to
okay.
did he fight recently?
Oh, did he fight recently? Okay, I'm sorry, I misheard that. Okay, did he fight? Okay. Is it a rematch with somebody potentially?
This motherfucker do ding.
Darren Stewart?
Okay.
Darren Stewart?
Got him.
Oh, Shuggy called him, man. So got the
Got
rematch and the correct answer for the rematch.
Got him. Yeah, it's pretty much like I knew that he was fighting Darren Stewart probably 4 days before when the first match got announced. So same thing like this. You guys will probably hear it on Fight News in like the next day or two. But yeah, it's Darren Stewart.
Hell yeah, well, dude, I appreciate you. I appreciate you dropping that, man. That's a fucking exclusive. That's straight. That's awesome, man. Appreciate that.
I don't know why I don't got my fucking emblem up there.
Yeah, it's just that blank avatar. Mama. Lock in. Jack says, bet your lunch money.
Hey,
Mad Dog?
Think about it though. We got Aaron Anders at like plus 135 or plus 140. You know he's about to be like minus 150 now. You know?
Right.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. What do you think, Jack? So Jack says locking in. I'm surprised he's not going with the dentist, man. With his UK brethren.
Yeah, everybody Noah's saying Anders is free money right now.
Dang. Man, that's crazy, dude. Yeah. Honors has that fucking Piotr Jan. Like, I don't give a fuck. Rules, I don't care. I just see a helpless victim before me. I'm just gonna smash his face in with his fucking knee. Fuck, man. Crazy.
Yeah. But nah, man, I was just hopping in real quick, man. I'm gonna hop back in the chat with you guys, man. I got my son's birthday today, so I'm gonna be doing some of that little stuff. You know what I mean?
Awesome, man. Well, happy birthday to Little Locker Room, man. That's awesome.
Yes, sir.
How
Hey,
old is that?
Yeah, y'all smoke a lot. Y'all pack a lot of bowls. Y'all do a lot of bangers. You know what I mean? Hopefully we ain't eating no crows.
Oh, man. Double threat. Well, I appreciate you coming through, Mills. You're welcome anytime, man.
Later,
Money Mills, there you go.
What's up, TC? It's the first time you've been on the show to just chilling.
I know, man. Shit, it needs to happen more often for sure, man. But yeah, you got it. Just sitting here, fucking ripping the binger, fucking just chilling on the Eastern Shore, thinking about some UFC shit, man. You know, we don't have fights this weekend, so we got a little break.
You got Bellator.
Oh yeah, that's true, man. So who's on the who's headlining that?
Isn't the champ of the? I don't know too much Bellator at all. I can look it up real quick though on Tapology.
Yeah, I'm pretty casual.
I know the one fight got fucking canceled. Billy was pretty hyped about. Billy's pretty hyped on that Usman Nurmagomedov.
Oh yeah. I did see mention of that. Is Pitbull fighting this weekend?
Yeah, Pitbull. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Happy birthday to the young warrior. Yes, indeed, man. That's awesome. Well, yeah, I appreciate Mills stopping through. Always good to have him in the building, man. Yeah, be on the lookout, man, for that your boy versus the dentist rematch. Crazy. What's up, Bo? Bo knows. Shit, man. Well. So what's so people were saying just two main event is Usman Nurmagomedov high school Mike Hamill. I think shit.
Emmanuel Sanchez versus Patricio Pitbull. And then Justin Jackson's fighting.
Okay.
He's Neiman Gracie, so I didn't like what I seen last time out of a Gracie.
Yeah. I'd probably go Jackson on that one, but yeah, definitely go Pitbull, man. He's a motherfucker, dude. He's fucking dangerous.
Usman's fighting Mike Hamill. I think the Terrell Fortune Jack May fight got canceled.
Is that a heavyweight or a light heavyweight?
Which one?
The Fortune fight?
That'd have been a heavyweight.
Heavyweight, okay. Well, dude, what do you think about like Brunson and Vittori if it works out? Do you know if that fight's been scrapped actually or not, or are they still looking for a
I'm not
replacement?
100% sure, but like I said, I think it'd be easier for Holland to make that weight and such in the time that he's got, because I'm sure Brunson's all filled back out, not thinking he's going to fight in 2 weeks.
You know, that's a really good point. Yeah, Holland could fucking just make that.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I think that'd be the only reason Holland would get the fight.
That's true, man, and he does that's kind of his superpower, dude, is his willingness to just take short fights and actually kind of fucking be ready for him because he's a smaller fucking middleweight. He doesn't have to cut a lot of weight, if any. He kind of just floats around at that weight. So that's that's kind of his secret weapon sometimes, man. That would be so crazy, dude. What do you like? What would you think if he fucking somehow got the fight, knocked Vittori out, and then leapfrog?
Well,
That's even a word.
I'm sure it would be Brunson Holland again if that happened.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, that would be doing Brunson that would be Kane-ish kind of dude to do Brunson like that.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, but everybody knows that watches that fight. That was not Holland's best fight at all. He kind of slacked a little bit, and I think, like I said, he was worried about the fucking 25 minutes more than actually finishing it inside 25 minutes.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I'm a huge fucking Kevin Holland fan, but yeah, I think that it was not his best performance. I think that
we know he could beat. We know he could beat Brunson. That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, dude.
We know he can, but did he in 25 minutes? No, and that's his fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Can't blame Brunson for that. Brunson did everything he needed to do to win that fight. Just get him down, put weight on him, and fucking, hug him.
Absolutely, dude. He stuck to the script. He stuck to the game plan. He adapted to the fight when he got hurt, and Holland couldn't do shit with it. And what really upset me about Holland was not the trash talking, but I wanted he was aggressive with the elbows and stuff, but it's I wanted to see more urgency, either throwing up submissions or trying to get back to his feet. He did way too much of that, putting the body triangle on from bottom and then just sitting there, especially in the first round. So I kind of wanted to see more urgency from him in that department.
That body triangle in the fourth round was making me think that he was just going to try to empty his gas tank, clear Brunson's gas tank.
Right.
Hold on to the ribs, make him breathe harder, make him, because it's already the fourth round. He was already fatiguing, and then come whoop him up in the fifth. But he did not do any of that. He needed to give up his back and get out of that position because, like I was saying, it's not Sousa on your back. You got Derek Brunson on your back. If he gets you, he gets you. But you got to let him get to your back and then get up. That way you're on your knees, or you can flatten him out, grab an arm, and fucking try to get him an arm bar or something. You just you can't lay with your back on your back and just settle for little punches and elbows and, grab a neck, grab a Kimura, get the fuck up, get up on the cage and fucking get to your feet where you're best at.
Exactly, dude. And I think, if he was able to keep the fight on the feet more, think he probably just knocked Brunson out. And you know, in a rematch, there's a good chance that he could. Basically, like it's at this point. I don't know if it's quite at this point now, but every day that passes, the fight gets more likely that Kevin Holland will win, that Derek Brunson won't. Like in a rematch, like time is not on Derek Brunson's side, and I think Holland could definitely make adjustments. So you know, if he is, man, that will be crazy. It will be crazy if Kevin Holland gets this Vettori fight, and because you know they would both take it. Like if they were to somehow put it together and you know make the pot sweet enough, I don't know. I could see it happening.
Yeah, that fight kind of killed my hopes because remember when Chimaev was on that run and Kevin Holland was like, "I'll fight him." Chimaev might whoop him up now that he's seen that game plan.
Yeah, dude. Seriously, man, he's so much more aggressive and like dangerous than Derek Brunson at this point.
Yeah, like he could. I mean, they could have both knock him. They could have both knocked out Holland, Brunson, and Chimaev. But I think Chimaev has more outs to doing it, and he can take him down and just weigh on him, grab an arm, and just hold him down for fucking 5 rounds.
Yeah.
The big difference if Chimaev gets your back than Brunson.
Yeah, exactly. If Chimaev gets your back, he'll probably just fucking smash you out or choke you really fucking quickly. Like, yeah, Chimaev, like looking back at it now, it's like, ooh, dude, like Chimaev.
Holland was like, "Oh, I'll fight him." Like, fuck, dude. Like, it would have been a good fight then, you know, when we heard about it.
Right.
You know, we're like, "Oh, fucking fireworks!" But now that we've seen this Brunson fight, I'm like, "Eee."
Right, dude. Exactly. Like,
you might have to give him a year to learn that takedown defense.
Right. You're like, yeah. Shit.
That would be a good fight, though. Chimaev versus Brunson.
It would be, man. That's a nice little test for Chimaev. You know, that's a nice little. Because you know, if it's like this, like you know that Chimaev has power. We've seen that Chimaev has power. He just one punched Gerald Meerschaert. So he has the power, but like if he does that to Derek Brunson, that means that he has that legit power at middleweight at a high level. Like that to me, okay. If they make Chimaev versus Brunson and Chimaev just crushes him, it's like, okay, Chimaev is who we all thought he was. He's a legit contender. Like he could be the one. Like so, that would be awesome.
Brunson, I think Brunson's the perfect guy for that because one, we probably don't want to see him versus Till. We probably don't want to see him versus Vettori, you know, and Usman's not gonna, you know, like that. If he can legitly beat Brunson, then we can start talking about them guys that are right there.
Exactly. Brunson is the gatekeeper. I don't think anybody would argue with that. Like he held the gate, but like we now know Brunson's ceiling and his floor. You know what I'm saying? Like the floor is the gate and the ceiling is pretty much anyone that's like a legit top fiver. Like they're probably gonna fucking knock him out. And I think if Chimaev does that, it's like, okay, Chimaev is right up there in that pool of contenders. You can make like a title eliminator or whatever for him. Like they might just fucking if he fucking smokes Brunson, they might just say, all right, you're the next up. You know what I'm saying? Like okay, now that we're on that, what do you think is next for Adesanya? I really haven't heard like much about that as far as like
you're gonna need a minute. He gonna need a minute. Like his little ass head took a pounding, his body took a pretty good pounding. He's gonna need a minute. I wouldn't expect. You might be talking like August, September time for him.
I agree. He's gonna need a little time to.
You just because for one, you fucked with your whole weight system, you know, and two, that's not a guy I want to get punched by.
Right. So, man,
when you move up, you don't just go for the GOAT at that division. You know, you gotta,
right. Give yourself test the water a little bit. Like stick your fucking toes in there a little bit, Bobo. Like,
you still go straight for whether you think Jan is the champ or not.
Right. Like let me dog. Let me fucking dive in the Shark Tank and look for the biggest great white I can fucking find. Okay, like here you go.
And think about it, if that great white only got a toenail or a pinky toe on you, that's all he got off you, that's going to affect you in your next fight. So, he's going to have to do championship rounds to get somebody that deserves a title shot, And any of the guys that are right there can stiff him,
Who do you think is next for Adesanya? Who do you see as being Adesanya's next fight whenever it is that he comes back around?
Well, it depends on if that fight happens this weekend or next weekend. What in that? I don't know, man.
It's a tough one, right? I don't know. I don't know
myself. Well, it's like a log jam.
Like,
at this point, just fucking pull up, make a little kind of tournament where you have 3 fights in that division in one night. And, whoever does the best, whoever gets a fucking KO, not a TKO, not a submission, just give them the KO.
I like it, dude.
What up, Nikki?
What's up, Nick? What's up, Cage My IQ?
Nikki. What up, Jack? What do you guys think? What do you guys think the next fight should be in that division? The next big one.
Indeed.
Hello?
So, I think it right now. Okay, let's say right now you have to wait and see what happens with Vettori. Because I think if Vettori, whoever it happens to be, Brunson, Holland, I think that if Vettori wins the next fight, especially if it's impressively, like if he chokes Brunson or knocks him out, or if it's Holland and he does the same thing to him, or if it's Till and he wrestle fucks him, what have you. I think if he wins one more, you make that rematch. Like everyone kind of is like, people were suspecting it before, but now it's like, okay, matchup wise, we saw it before. We need to see it again now. We need to see that rematch between Vettori and Adesanya. I think he will pretty much make himself the clear-cut number 1 contender with another win. So yeah, I think we're looking at Vettori if he wins the next one. But I think that Robert Whittaker isn't too far off, but to me, like Adesanya is just a bad matchup for him. But I don't know. That's just me.
Somebody's got a 1 on his record too.
Yep, that's right.
Costa and Izzy now. They both got losses on their record now.
Yeah, that's true. So how do you see you brought it up before, and it was a good point. How do you see this fight affecting Adesanya? Do you think it's going to affect him too much mentally moving forward, or do you think it's kind of just like, oh, whatever, that was just a bigger guy, what
Hey, you know what it's like to dream something and everything's going your way. You're dreaming, and you got that one step. Now you know your ceiling. Now you know you're a career 185er, probably. I think it's going to affect him, and I think the shots that he took there reminded him that. Because it wasn't pretty.
Nope.
He got handled. I think John Jones might get the same effect. No matter who he fights, it's gonna be totally different. Because for one, a light heavyweight moves a lot different than a heavyweight in the ring. You know what I mean? They're a little more agile, a little more aggressive. They have more power. A heavyweight is more plotty, more decisive. It's a whole different character to try to counterattack, and that's what John's going to do, I think. I think he thinks his counter fighting is so good at 205, it's not a challenge to him anymore, and he wants that challenge of countering a 245-pound guy or a 265-pound guy,
So
he
I'm glad.
He might have slowed down that little bit, so maybe the slower, more methodical punchers and heavyweight aggression he might have a better chance of countering that because he might have ticked down a little bit and he might have known that.
So to me, I'm glad you brought up John Jones. So give me 1 second here, but I'm definitely glad you brought up John Jones. Yeah, shout out to Cage My IQ. Check him out on Twitter, and I believe he has a YouTube channel as well. They do. Is it Cage? Is it Mondays at was it Mondays at I can't remember the time. Seemed to embrace the loss and gave him props. He gained muscle weight and not water weight. He would have looked better off. But yeah, so let's in a second here, let's shift gears to Jones. But yeah, I that's some really good points about Adesanya. And yeah, you another thing you touched on was the him putting on that extra weight and not just putting it on, but training with that weight. So yeah, if he's going back to 185, he's going to need time to not only trim down, but then have the camp back at his normal weight or whatever.
And it was somewhat of a normal routine back at where he used to start.
Right.
I'll be back.
Cool. Yeah, so that's interesting, man. That's interesting. And when Show gets back, I'll ask him what he thinks about this, because I have a little bit of a different take on John Jones than some other people do. Give me 1 second. It's a little bit chilly in here. I'm going to put on a hoodie here. So I've said this before. If you guys have been listening to me for any amount of time, you might know this. I don't know. I don't talk about it all the time, but I don't like John Jones. In the octagon, he's the greatest light heavyweight of all time. John Jones is the light heavyweight GOAT, period, point blank. Period, point blank. He is the light heavyweight GOAT. But man, you need to come on and do these more, because that was right on cue, man. That was beautiful. That was beautiful there. So
I was going to do my Steve Austin impression, but I just
okay. But I don't think that John has ever really wanted to fight at heavyweight, and I'll tell you why. I used to have an older Twitter account like years ago. I think it was like 2014, and I remember John tweeting out shit like, and this is like around when Kane was champion, or like maybe right after he lost the belt to Verdun. So I can hear I think I can hear my echo in the background. Anyway, okay, no, that's awesome. So I don't think that he's ever really wanted to fight heavyweight. I think that he wants people to think that he wants to fight a heavyweight. I think that John doesn't want to lose that O. I think that John wants to retire undefeated, and he wants people to think that he wants to, because back in 2014, he was saying shit like that. He was tweeting out shit like, he would put like, what would you guys think about like me against Kane, or like me against Verdun, or me against, it's like just like it's been for years, like the same like me at heavyweight, like thinking emoji. It's like after every like heavyweight title fight, it's like John will comment on what he thought about the fight, and then he'll say, what about me, like versus, you know what I'm saying? Like I've seen this for years. And so I think that he wants to retire, and I think that he wants to retire and not look scared. I don't think that he's scared to fight. I think that he's scared to lose that O. I think that he doesn't want to. He wants to remain undefeated. The game has kind of caught up to him a little bit, and he's looking for his like the most graceful exit he can find. But that's just my theory, and it could be totally fucking wrong. John could have put on this weight. They could come to a solution. They could come to an agreement on the money or the purse or whatever, and we could see John versus Francis. But I'm still skeptical, and that's kind of just what I think, and that's kind of why.
I hope. sometime here soon that we get a cruiserweight division at 220. I think that would be so huge, and it would make so many nice fights too. Because then Adesanya and John Jones could have fought if there was a 220. You
Yeah.
know, with John Jones, I was thinking of a whole bunch of shit when you were talking, but I fucking stoned now.
Happens to the best of us. It happened to me like 6 times a day. Dude, the wife was getting pissed at me. She was like, I just told you that. Like, what?
Yeah, the cruiserweight would be huge, I think, for the UFC because these guys, the big guys, want to start off at 185, work their way up by the end of their career, and finish as the heavyweight champion. That's kind of a goal. If you have the body type to do that kind of thing, that's what you want to do. Get all three, but that's by like 60, 70 pounds. Where these little guys are getting 3 and 2 2-time champs and 3-time champs at weight divisions where 10 pounds separate. So it's kind of give the big guys the same fucking chance to do what the little guys are doing. Add that 220. And I think the match for John Jones would be a go-away fight for Stipe. John Jones and Stipe. If he wins that, he gets a title shot. And let Ngannou fucking hold that belt for a little bit, and then he gets a shot at Ngannou if he wins. If Stipe wins and he wants to fight one more time, he gets his rematch.
Dude, that's really fucking, that's awesome, man. If they did that, that would be really fucking cool.
And it's a good fight for Stipe, too. It's like, we're giving you the best at 205. You were the best named at 250 or 225 and up, let them two fucking battle it out for the GOAT of the past at least 5 years. John Jones for 10 years,
Dude, it's not like Jones is the same like one punch threat that Francis is. I mean, he could be putting on a little more like punching power moving up, but like I don't think that he's just gonna like spark Stipe like that, especially if Stipe takes enough time to like recover. But like, yeah, that's actually a great fight. Like if they're gonna do that, and also really good point about giving the bigger guys a little bit more of a like an extra weight class, because dude, and even I know it's kind of apples to oranges, but in boxing it's really, really bad at like the lower weight classes. They're like 3-4 pounds in between, like, but even in MMA, like, yeah, I feel like a cruiserweight division would be awesome, and that would give guys. But
the weight cuts wouldn't be, because when you get up in there, it's about the weight cuts. When you get up more than 10 pounds, it's easy to drop 20 pounds for these guys that are walking around at like 155 to get down to 135, even 125 if they really had to. That's only 30 pounds. These guys are trying to drop from 300 pounds down to 265, and then 265 all the way down to, and that's where I think John Jones and Stipe match up. Imagine John Jones at 238 and Stipe at like 242. Like it would just be a solid fight. It would be entertaining. If Stipe lost, he lost to the the best at that weight division. That cruiserweight division, the 230 pound.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, what would you make cruiserweight, like 230,
225, 230, or 220, and then move up the heavyweight to like 235 or something.
Yeah, I like that. I like that actually. Like, that's because if
you can make a fucking baddest man of the baddest motherfucker belt, you can add a cruiserweight division. Nobody's gonna, just the different matchups you're gonna be able to get for heavyweights, and guys that don't want to drop fucking 35 pounds to get down to Stipe weight.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. So let me bounce this one off you. What about super heavyweight? What about the big boys that don't want to cut down to 265? And they're like, you know what? I'm a big 300-pound
265 and up. 265 and up.
Yeah, exactly. So no cut. Yeah, exactly. That's the bottom limit, and no limit. You know what I'm saying? No upper limit.
Yep.
I like that shit, dude. I like that. I like that a lot.
Cruiserweight, Jack said, is 207 to 226. Yeah, perfect. That's John Jones' division for the past 10 years. if he wanted it, if they had that there, he would have probably moved up one, and then figure out his career at the end, and then take on a heavyweight like a Stipe, a guy that's ran it, somebody with clout. You guys both got clout. You're both goatish, and then John Jones don't win, he goes back down. He rules the cruiserweight or the fucking light heavyweight.
Fuck yeah, dude. That's a great idea. And one thing I was thinking of too, it's a little bit off topic, but sort of kind of not. The women too, man. Like I feel like they need like bigger weight, and I know they struggle to find women that are like 145, but I just remember like when I trained boxing, like I'd noticed some of the ones that weren't boxing, the ones that were like kickboxing, like they were like bigger girls, but they were really into it. And like some of them really wanted to fight, but they can't there's not really like, they have to cut down so much weight. Like I feel like more of there's girls that would be interested, like bigger girls that would be interested in fighting, but like, there's no way I can fucking make like, 125 or 135 or 45. They're like, no fucking way. Like I would die.
There are solid chicks out there that walk around at 175 that would love it.
That are ass 155
division.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, imagine a women's heavyweight at 155.
Yeah, dude, that's bad.
And they can go up to wherever they feel comfortable going with a woman's weight and put the title on that. 155 would be a decent,
Hell yeah, dude! If they were actually like, because they're like, you think like a bigger girl, like even one, like you could even do bigger than that, like a fucking, like I could even see heavyweight being like 185 or something, and then you could do just like light heavyweight 175, middleweight 165, whatever. Like, because
when we're talking women that small, we're really talking like women's jockeys. That's not like half the other athletes at colleges, it's like, dude. Like imagine a volleyball player that's
or a women's softball player. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Like all these girls that they got the weight, but they're like, oh, that's a fucking hard weight cut to even get down to that. They might even get interested out of college and stuff,
right? Or like women's basketball players, like
them girls that play that fucking that tackle football shit in that arena.
Yeah, dude.
Them girls are all fucking, they could get down to a certain weight. We could see them all fight. That's what we want to see.
Fuck yeah, man! I would love that. Yeah, I would love to get some of the bigger weight classes and not make, because you're excluding a lot of people that would potentially be interested in the sport. But they're like 145.
You don't know which one of them volleyball chicks or the rugby chicks or the football players are golden. They might have the mouthpiece because they're they've been in public. Right. They've been ahead of a team. They're the best player on their team, whatever sport it was or something.
Yeah.
They just got confidence.
Yep.
Because you get guys from like football. Think about it. Like men from football come to fucking fight, or men from WWE come over and fight because they're fucking 265.
Exactly.
They're like, give me a fucking fight, like Brock Lesnar. Like, give me a fucking fight. I'll fight.
Right, they're like, I'm big, I'm in shape, I'll tackle. I know I'll tackle a dude.
I'm in my prime of my life.
Right,
like let's fucking go.
Yeah, dude. Dude, a big motherfucker teach me a 1-2 and a fucking like high kick. Like, all right, I'm good to go. Low kick, I'm good.
Oh, throw my college wrestling background in there,
Right? Yeah, exactly, dude.
Yeah, if we're preaching equality about everything, like let's get a fucking cruiserweight and let's get a 155 and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, exactly.
If you start getting, I'm sure they would cap it at like 185.
Right, because you're talking about you're talking about breaking down a lot of barriers as far as like social normativity, and like it's starting to get better, but there's still a lot of like what's the word? Like still a lot of like fat shaming and a lot of shit like that, where it's not quite as accepted for bigger people to be in the spotlight, with sports and stuff. So.
If they're willing to put in the work, let's put them in front of cameras.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly, dude. If people are interested, man, it shouldn't be.
No matter what size they are, they should have a chance somewhere. Even if it's lower promotion starting this shit up, and then that's where it's got to probably come from. It's got to probably come from like LFA, Bellator to have something like that to catch the UFC's eye and be like, all right, you guys brand these up for a couple years and then we'll make a division and, we'll pay you out. Like breed them up and make a deal that way. But you know how the world works.
Yeah, it'll take a little time, but that would be kind of cool. So Noah said, "What do y'all think of Patty the Batty they just signed?" Oh yeah, Patty Pimblett. Do you know about this Patty Pimblett?
Not a thing.
Yeah, neither do I. I asked Jack had the avatar, and I was like, who the fuck is that on your avatar, Jack? I saw this like crazy like mullet, this Def Leppard fucking looking mullet, and he was like, that's Patty Pimblett, such and such, and I was like, who? Like, who the fuck are you talking about? And he was like, they just signed him, and dude, so apparently he went after this dude on MMA Twitter, this like pretty like popular kind of like troll guy, like I think his name is like Cuckaneer or something. He's like a John Jones stand boy, and Patty Pimblett like got on there and he was like, you're a fucking like bitch, like all this stuff I heard about you, blah blah blah, and everyone's like, oh, like Patty came on MMA Twitter and bodied this fucking kid, like it was a big fucking hubbub in the little MMA Twitter sphere going on or whatever. It's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah, so fucking at a cruiserweight and a 155 women's division. That's nothing's more American than adding a 155 women's division because that's not something they're going to do in like over in the one series. I can't think of the name. What is it over there? The brand that's over in like China or whatnot, UFC 1 or
right.
I don't think they'll be doing that over there. Over here, we got tons of college athletes that look like 155ers.
Totally, dude. Yeah, I think there's definitely there's a lot of potential if they want to do that. But the thing, unfortunately, is like, and hopefully at some point it'll change. But like, as long as UFC stays a private entertainment company, they're gonna really just kind of do like whatever WME and Dana White, like whatever they really want to do, whatever their cup of tea is, that's kind of going to be like reflected. So it'll take a little bit, but if they ever go public and they're actually become responsible to their shareholders, we'll see a different. I think we'll see a different UFC. I don't know if like all the things we were talking about will come true, but there'll definitely be some changes. There'll definitely be a lot more. I think there'll definitely be like better pay for the fighters and stuff, but we'll see, man.
The deal with ESPN was huge, because now you got UFC in front of you and college women's volleyball, basketball. You have all these athletes that are shown on the same thing, and they're like, why aren't we giving these guys shots? I think it's one step closer to being something that we all want.
Totally, dude. I agree. I think it would be awesome, man. I've always seen like I would see these girls, man, and just like they would be getting after it on the heavy bags, dude, or like when they're doing like pad work, they'd be ripping these fucking combos and thinking about it. They probably want to fight, dude, but it's like there's no way they ain't gonna make no fucking like 135, 145, dude. But yeah, and then it's like these big guys, man, like big fucking boys. It's like, Bubba, you ain't making 265, but it's like I can tell you want to fight. I can tell you want to whoop somebody's ass. Like,
yeah, how about 285?
Right? Like, fuck, dude. Like, it's crazy though. Do you see when you see like a 300-pound like a dude that big like hitting the fucking bag? Like, man, I always like use this example because, dude, I'm barely over 200 pounds. I'm like 205, like.
That guy you're talking about, TC.
Yeah, I'm like 205.
It's like out of my reach to go down to 265. Like I got down to 285 at one time. I look like fucking Brock Lesnar, but I was bigger. Like I'm taller and I was bigger.
Right.
But you know how much work it took to get down to 285, and
you probably hated life. You probably hated life.
Yeah, it was bad.
You were probably like pissed, like shredded and pissed, like I'll fuck you up if you fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Like Oh man, but yeah, dude, I'm 205, like soaking wet with a rock in my pocket. I'm really like I hover around 200 pounds. So, but the problem with is like I went at this gym I was at, this like stand up gym that I was at, where I was taking boxing lessons. They would always put me against the biggest guy because I'm so tall. So it's like I'm really a cruiserweight, but they'll put me against anybody, dude, like heavyweights. But yeah, like. I'm seeing these big ass dudes just like rip the bag and like knowing that I'm gonna have to like spar them and shit. It's like it'd be awesome to see these guys like even bigger guys than that, like upwards of like 300 pounds to see them like you want to talk about seeing some knockouts, man. Motherfuckers will be getting smoked.
Sure. Can you imagine Nagano with 20 more pounds running
Oh my
the 285?
Dude, because he was 263 and cut like six.
Imagine him at 285, dude.
Oh Christ! Like, no, thank you. Yeah, who wants any kind of? No, sir, I don't want anything of this.
That's probably what he walks around at. I'm guessing he probably walks around at 185, 190.
That's wild. Francis is just yeah, he's a physical specimen, dude. Okay, what do you think about this show? What do you think about this? Bryce Thug Nasty versus Arkansas's own versus Charles Jourdain. Get announced. What you think for this?
Bryce Mitchell.
Oh, he says Bryce. You gonna go choke? What are you gonna choke? You gonna hit him with a twister? You think he like takes the back and gets the rear naked? What do you think?
I mean, he's probably gonna try to get it all if he can get it down there. He's gonna try to get it all. He's gonna go for the twister if he's got a shot, just because that's what he's kind of known for. But he'll definitely settle for the neck.
I want it all, and I want it now.
What do you think the most like dominant like submission like that tops your rear naked choke?
Right.
I know twister is way up there. That's like the super ceiling. But what's your like favorite like? It's almost like a finisher. Like the Kimura is mine, dude. Like if you get somebody in a Kimura and you put it behind their back and you impress that much fucking violence and pain, that's my favorite type of finisher. Compared to like an arm triangle or something like that, which is, just cutting off circulation.
Right. So for me, like talking about what I can do, and dude, I have like 1 week of jujitsu experience. So this is just like things that I think that I would like and things that I like seeing. So I think that my favorite is probably like the rear naked. It's such a dominant, like you are on someone's back and you're literally just like on top of them, choking the life out of them. But yeah, the Kimura is like a big boy move. Kimura is like a strong man's move. Like
it's like the ultimate submission. If you,
dude, I'm taking your arm. You can't do shit about it. Here, let me put this arm behind your fucking.
Yeah, how about you wiggle and make it easier for me,
dude? Yeah, exactly. Say uncle, motherfucker, before I tear your shoulder out. Like that's a fucking power move, dude. Yeah, Kimura is nasty. Kimura is really fucking nasty. Or the upward version, what they call it, the key lock or the Americana.
Yeah, the key lock. Yeah. Any kind of like arm wrench or fucking any kind of like neck wrench. If you get a neck and you wrench on it in a weird way.
Dude, that neck crank, those neck cranks where they put like it's like the forearm across the neck and they're just like, grah! Like that shit looks gnarly. Gnar.
But an arm bar, that I've had an arm bar put on me, and it feels like a fucking sixth grader's on your elbow.
Dude, seriously, that was the first thing. The guy that my instructor, I can't remember his name. Like Dan, I think it was like I don't want to say his name for whatever. Anyway, he that was the first thing I got put in. He was like, I'm going to show you. He showed me how to do an arm bar, and then he put me in it. He was like, "This is what it feels like to be arm barred," and he's like, "And I'll show how you do it." So yeah, like it feels weird. It feels a lot more painful than I thought it would feel. I'm like, oh, it'll probably just feel like a little pressure. No, I was like, whoa, dude.
You see when them chicks get it in for like 30 seconds, and they're just like, or the real skinny dudes, they get it in for like 30 seconds.
When Dubrovnik was on it. Holy shit for that. Like, just like, it was so much. He was doing it gently too. And I was like, wow, dude. I was like, that is nectarish. I was like, that's crazy.
Because once you get it in deep, it's real hard to get that thing out. It feels like a sixth grader's on your elbow.
I don't want to. No. No, thank you. I'll pass. I'll just tap. Just no. Here, no.
Yo, you got a good job.
Dude, I feel like because I definitely want to start doing jujitsu when I can afford it, but I will be Mr. like preemptive tapper. Like when I even feel a submission, tap.
Oh, you got my arm behind my back.
Right. Yeah, I will be Mr. like yelling verbal tapper. Like, dude, come on, I'm not even close to that. Like, I'm just like,
As soon as the hooks are set in, as soon as you get your back and put the hooks in, you're like, yep.
No, tap over you. That's you.
Mark that one up. You got the dub there, sir.
Yeah, dude, totally. Peruvian. Noah says Peruvian necktie. Yeah, that's like okay. I like the. I'll tell you what. I like the Darce. The Darce looks really fucking cool. That's a cool one.
Yep.
Oh, and that Von Flue, man. That Von Flue is so nasty. That guillotine counter. That motherfucker is so sick. Like,
I mean, it's kind of like one of the easiest ones to defend too, because you're on your back and he has to like literally leave, get out of mount almost or really good side control.
Right.
It's a hard thing to do to give up too. Most of the time, it's a reversal when they get into side control off a sweep or something.
Right, and it literally just seems like you're like putting your arms together behind their head and squeezing.
Yeah,
and you're like pinching their own shoulder and arm against each
other. You could use
like,
the mat, the arm. You could use anything in the cage, anything behind it, and just put your arm right into that windpipe and use your shoulder down. Oh man, I can imagine how fucking painful that is before you go out.
Dude, speaking of that did you like that midfield Von Flue? That was sick, man. I did not see that coming.
The crazy thing that we were talking about is OSP did that to him.
He learned, dude. He fucking taskmastered that shit, dude.
And then what did he do? Yeah, he came out the one of the next fights and just put it on somebody. Like, I got you. I stepped up.
Right. I
remember that for the next fight. You don't got to go back and watch the tape work. You've seen it. You know what happened. You remember the call.
Yep. Thank you, OSP. He must be a kinetic learner, man. He taskmastered that shit. He saw it one time. Chick. Yep, he felt it.
He probably learned the defense, and he didn't know what it was. Probably. I bet you he never even had that put on him. He might have. But as soon as he's like, whatever that was, coach, I need it.
Right.
That's going in the toolbox.
Yeah, dude, teach me that shit.
I'm strong enough to do that to people. Yeah. Just keep an eye on it for the next fight. He might not get nothing cool next fight. He might get knocked the fuck out next fight, but
right, dude.
You gotta remember that he learned from his mistake and he learned it.
Yeah. Hey, can you hold the chat down for 1 second? I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. We're at Jack Attack MMA. Only done one BJJ class, but it was primarily neckties and Darce chokes. I have one story. I was lifting weights at our gym and they were having MMA practice. I was the only guy lifting weights. And I'm on the bench press machine and the weights were like coming down banging, like I was kind of actually banging them. And the guy that was leading the class over there came over and asked if they could use my body for weight. So I went over there. I got matched up with this guy that's like probably 180 pounds. Literally not thinking that he was like going to like really go for something solid or real fast, but he got on my back eventually and got the hook in. Literally took him like 4 seconds to get around my neck and choke me out. I was like, out. It was fucking crazy. The rear naked choke is no joke when you got a littler fella getting hit on a bigger fella and he doesn't know how to defend it. Forearm choke, Romanov did. Lama, yeah, that was nice. Alonzo opened up at minus 250 was the funny part. Alonzo is slept on. Alonzo was slept on. Now just started to improve, starting his career. Yeah, like he leveled up. Like I said, that's very important for fighters to do. Whether he did that, like TC said, like kinetically, or like I said, and it's like I got to learn that move. That was done to me. When's the last time you guys went back and watched John Jones versus Machida.
Oof, I watch it. I watch it pretty regularly. But dude, sorry about that. Thank you for holding the chat down.
No problem.
Jack says the Gravit choke on YouTube. Never heard of that. I will check it out though, Jackie boy. Jack says the Darce and the Ninja, aka front choke, is dope. Only ever done one, but it was primary neck. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I learned how to. Well, I didn't learn how to do it, but they were teaching me how to shrimp, how to bridge and trip. Those were the first couple things that I learned. And well, I didn't, like I said, I didn't learn them. It's not like I know how to do that now, but that's what they were trying to teach me. And then, like I said, he showed me. My instructor showed me what it was like to be in an arm bar, and then showed me what it was like to do an arm bar. And then, yeah, that was it. That was like my free week of classes.
Yeah, there's no reason for the police to be putting, boots on neck when you can learn how to do a fucking armbar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
he ain't going anywhere. Just fucking teach him some shit.
Right? The average jabroni is going to tap to an armbar in a fucking heartbeat. So, I have a 10% battery in my phone. We'll just go pretty much until it says like 5% battery, something like that. Yeah. So, what you guys in the chat? What's one thing? It's first come first serve. Quick draw McGraw. What do you want to talk about? Last topic. What's it going to be? Oh man, Noah was on it, dude. Noah was on it. He said, "Nastiest submission in UFC history." I'll let you take this one, show. If you need a minute to think about it, just let me know. Yeah. Nastiest submission in UFC history. Holy shit! So we're thinking it's either got to be a submission in a title fight, or one that's just so nasty that just can't help but stick out in your mind. So it would either be a super unusual one, or like a one that was like super important one, like a title fight. Maybe that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I'll need a minute to think about that myself. But that's a really fucking good last.
There's a catalog that you can't even like dip into. There's so many. Yikes.
That's a fucking good question though, man. Fuck, like I could even do you could even do a whole stream about that, like best submissions in UFC history. That'd be a fucking fun one. But yeah, dude, let me if you want to start, what is kind of like your what your work schedule like? Are you free like mostly in the evenings?
Who, me?
Yeah. Because I know you're busy with like pub and stuff too, but if you want to start coming on the show, man, like I can let you know, and we can kind of like try and schedule something. But just let me know. Just think about it and let me know.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I do Twitch work any time of the day.
Right.
That I prefer, but anytime sports are on, I'm always going to be near that, whether I'm in the chat or on the show.
Right. Cool. Well, so
pick a time and maybe I'll make it.
Cool. Yeah. Right on. Because I'm usually, what I'm thinking is I am going to probably not be streaming every single day from now on. I'm probably going to like make it like every other day probably, and I'm going to be doing mostly like UFC talk. So it'll like that, and then like one day a week it'll be like a variety show, like movies and music and shit like that. And I'll do it for a few hours, But I think that'll be easier for me, and then just like probably book in the week with like Monday and Friday will be a UFC show. So yeah, no, I'll get my schedule together. I'll get my ducks in a row here now that I'm at the new place, and I'll just have my schedule out there. And if you yeah, man, anytime you're able to make it on, it'd be awesome, man. This was fun.
Cool.
But sweet. So man, Nasty's I'd have to think about that one, man. The ones that stick out to me, man, Verdum submitting Kane. That was a pretty like significant. I don't know if it's like the most skillful, like the nastiest one ever, but like that's one that's like still always sticks out in my mind. Like that was a pretty did he submit him, or was that a fucking But I'm pretty sure he submitted him, right? I'm thinking of
What?
something else. Verdum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine would have to probably be the one that triggers the most to me when I think of a submission is the one on Lyoto Machida by John Jones. Like that was a big impact in my life because I liked both fighters at that time, and Lyoto Machida was my favorite. So it just like sticks out to me, that guillotine. Yeah.
Bro, like that one, it probably is a nasty submission, but like I like like Machida is my favorite fan. Like he's the reason that I started doing
Yeah,
Shotokan. And
dude.
like, yeah, dude, like that one broke my fucking heart, dude, because he was like, I thought he gave me like a glimmer of hope when he cracked John with that straight left with that fucking Gyakuzuki, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, he might get him. And then John, like, he fucking had that standing guillotine on him and just dropped him like a fucking potato sack, dude. That might be. It's so filthy, like
Like it
that.
was a clash of my two like favorite, when I was, 17, 18, 19, that's when that happened. I bought the pay-per-view at that age. And I mean, it was the last fight of my first time buying a pay-per-view card, I think, by myself.
Dude, I'm trying to think of like, yeah, man, that's dude. That's a nasty one. Yeah, Verdun submission. There's another one. Dude, when Verdum submitted Fate, well, that he said UFC history. I was gonna say Verdum submitting Fedor was a pretty significant one. Um. Oh god damn. I mean, he's my
Who kept
dude, but
somebody?
Khabib submitting Justin was crazy. Dustin submitting Max was crazy. That mounted like arm
Diaz
triangle
versus
or whatever it
McGregor.
was.
Diaz versus McGregor.
Yeah, yeah.
That's for popularity.
Oh yeah. That one was gnarly. That was a fucking nasty neck crank, dude. Wasn't that what it was? It wasn't a rear naked. It was like a neck crank, wasn't it?
I think he had his arms right underneath his fucking chin. So it's deep enough.
God,
It's probably deep enough to do both.
a fucking jawbreaker. Like Jesus Christ. Khabib is nasty, dude. Like he got the way he got right under the chin with Poirier. He did my dude Gaethje filthy too, man. Like oh man, that one broke my heart too, man. Because Gaethje is like my favorite like active UFC
Who,
fighter. Like
Kimura, uh, man, I was just thinking of his fucking name.
oh dude, Kimura. Speaking of Kimura, Michael Chiesa's one arm Kimura of
Yeah,
Carlos Condit was so
yeah,
nasty.
that was neat. I think he's about to run out of battery, Nick.
Yeah, my shit's about to. Well, let me see. What I'm gonna have to do is plug it in. I don't know if that's gonna fuck up the sound quality, so you'll have to let me know. What I'm gonna do is plug my
But
phone
shoot for
in.
it.
If it sounds like shit, just tell me.
Yeah,
All right, give me 1 second. Of course, it's under the fucking recliner.
I think he said he'll jump on. That's why I was
Sweet,
saying.
yeah, no, definitely. Let me charge this up, and then if nothing else, I'll let Nick hop on for a minute, and y'all can chop it up while the thing charges. But hold on, give me 1 second here. How does that sound? Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Cool. All right. Well, let me bet. Well, the shit's charging now, so let me let Nikki on here. Let me drop the
Sure,
link.
he's got a better memory than me on the code, so I'll be right back.
Cool. Post comment. Man, this dude, it is so much easier to control the StreamYard chat from my phone than it is from my computer. So much easier. Letting people on is easy too, man. I mean, that's pretty easy on the computer too, but still. No, man, that's the Nogueira versus Mir. That's the uh Mir's wasn't that a Kimura? Was that a Kimura on Silva? Or was it Sylvia, or was it a an armbar? Was that an armbar, Tim Sylvia?
With who? With who?
Frank Mir and Tim Sylvia. Was that an armbar or a Kimura? I
Yeah,
can't remember.
that was Frank Mir was the guy I was thinking about. Didn't he have a Kimura put on him after that too?
Yes, I think so. Let me look at his record actually. But yeah, I think
They should mark them ones in red on Tapology. When you get Kimura, it should be like red background. So you can just fucking scan like, all right, this guy's been Kimura'd.
right, yeah, his shoulder is probably fucked up in some way, especially if it's a heavyweight. Yeah, dude, Frank Mir has never been submitted in all his fights. Never. That's crazy. And he has 9 submissions.
Okay, so who did he armbar?
Okay, Frank Mir has. Yeah, he Kimura'd.
Oh yeah, Kimura. My bad.
He Kimura'd Big Knob.
Yeah, that's what it was. Like a fucking super Brazilian too.
Dude, he had fucking Big Nog's number, man. He knocked out and Kimura'd Big Nog. But yeah, Mir had Big Nog's number, man. But okay, so yes, it was an armbar. It was an armbar, and it fucking broke his arm. And Herb was like, whoa. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Stop. He's like, well, your arm's broken, dude. He's like, no, this fight's over. That was back when Herb was on. He was like, stop. Over. Fight over. Arm broken, fight over.
Nick, you dropped it in the chat.
Yeah, it's in the chat. Yep, and then it's easy, man. It just pops up, a little notification, boop, add to stream. Yep. So just whenever you're ready, brother. 8 people in the chat. Salute to you guys. Shout out to you guys. So yeah, now it doesn't. Well, hold on. So that interview, did that get pushed back, or is that going to get rescheduled? Do you know? Because I don't want to. If that's going on, if he's going to interview D-Rod, it sounded.
Yeah, is that going on right now?
Yeah, I don't know, because let me check on that real quick.
I'm gonna go
check and see if that interview's going on. Because if it is, let me know, and I'll go ahead and wrap it up. But if it's not,
it says 10 p.m. now. No, wait, that's
awesome. Well, there you go.
Nope. Hold on.
Yep.
I don't see it. Maybe Nick might know though.
Okay, Nick, do you know? Not live yet. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, sweet then. Well, yeah, we can just keep rocking, and just
Sure.
You're welcome to stay however long you want to.
What's up, Jackie boy?
Yeah.
So
Well,
what did we learn today, TC?
Oh God, what did I learn? I'm kind of fuck. What we learned is that there should be more weight classes for heavier fighters. There should be a cruiserweight and a super heavyweight, I believe. I think that there should be even the same weight classes for women that there are for men, all the way up to heavyweight. You don't have to make it as big of a weight, obviously, but still, you could do that. At least add a few more on the bigger end. But
yeah, because there's a huge difference between 185 in a man and 185 in a woman.
Oh, absolutely. Like 185 in a woman, that's definitely a bigger girl, and she gonna be chucking them things. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially if it's a striker, you gonna see some knockouts, dude.
Yeah.
With them little big gloves, oh yeah.
Oh, about the gloves. What do you think we should be doing about them?
Why
do you think we should just go for a whole brand new patent and try to figure something out, or mess with the other ones, or just keep these ones, or?
Why don't they do the fucking what are the good ones, or the Bellator ones, right? The ones that are kind of curved in more.
I mean, I don't really know. I've never punched in either one of them, so we're just taking other people's words for it. And I mean, it's really got to be something that we need to be innovative with. Whether we're going to make our own new ones and have it so it's not curled up or curled out or any way, or got any edges or.
So there's I have these like sparring gloves that I use in karate, they definitely wouldn't work for MMA, but they are in such a way that your fingers do curl in a little bit. And if you had kind of a modified version of that, like for MMA, but in some way, like keep the fingers from just being able to just splay your fingers out like the full way, but
Yeah,
still.
you want to be able. What I feel is you want to be able to grasp on someone's bicep. As long as you can still like put a clamp on someone's bicep, I think we'll be good. And you
Right.
probably have to. Yeah, it might be different gloves per weight class too. They have to actually like do a study on which weight classes probably need a glove enhancement or a glove, different type of gloves. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And also, do you know like which I'm sure there's a statistic on it, but which weight class has the most like eye pokes? Like, which is it more prevalent in the heavier weight classes? Is it prevalent in the lower weight classes?
I think it's heavyweight because a lot of the flash ones come from the guys that are moving around real quick, and them are more of an accident. I think it's more in the heavyweight division because look at Stipe and DC.
Right.
Them motherfuckers had 3 battles. There was an eye poke in every one of them.
Right.
Because they're clashing in with each other. They're getting, they're big dudes. They're not going to be stepping in, taking 3 punches, backing all the way out, bouncing around, come back in.
Yeah, dude. Like when they get tired, like the hands start coming out and like flailing a little bit. Yeah, that makes sense.
The littler fighters, it happens in their matches, but I feel like it's more of an oops than plotting your hand out there, like every time, being reminded by every, they did say somebody said they should deduct points. Noah did.
Yeah.
It might just come down to be more penalties in the game. Like keep your hands fucking down. You get called once, you do it again. Even if you don't even touch the dude, you lose a point.
Yeah, I think they really need to be like stricter with the. I've seen it a little bit more recently with the point deductions, but like I think it should be 1 warning. If you commit that foul again, take a point. I think you.
Yeah, I don't even think there needs to be contact on the second ones. Once you've been warned, you might have made contact on the first one, whether it was an eye poke accidentally. But once you've been warned, it should be automatic. It shouldn't be a thought.
Right, exactly. Like there should be no like this is the second like. But I think
you're losing this round.
Right.
You cheated in this round after I told you not to. Same with the fence grab. Same for hits in the back of the head. Like all of them should be tangled up in the same little department of calls. Like I warned you once, you fence grab again, I'm taking a point. Keep in the position, you're getting taken down, or you're staying in that position, but you're losing a point.
Yeah, I kind of feel like So part of me, I have mixed feelings on like, because sometimes and it's with the nut shots in particular, with groin shots in particular, because sometimes like it's incidental as fuck, and particularly when the guys are throwing the that inside low kick or the inside like thigh kick. I feel like it happens a lot with that, or when a guy's throwing a body kick and the guy moves away the opponent moves away or angles off in a certain way. I feel like it happens a lot with that, and it just like it sucks. Like you definitely responsible for your weapons. Like a guy accidentally like does an eye poke and then accidentally does like a groin shot, and like that's the point's like fuck. But at the same time, it's like you got to be responsible for your weapons. So yeah, like it has to be like that. Like if you commit more than 1 foul in the round after I fucking told you not to and warned you, then yeah, I think you just gotta take a point, man. You gotta keep it clean. Like you fight hard, fight clean. It's literally the first fucking things they say before they even fight.
Yeah, and I think all the UFC fighters, if they lose a point, they lose a point because if you hit somebody in the nuts early, they call the 1 warning, and then it happens again, whether it's accidental or not. You've been warned not to throw to that particular area,
Right. Yeah, it's a tough situation. It is like I agree, Jack. It's like a natural like thing to do
because we look at it like, oh, he did an eye poke, a nut job, and a cage grab, like 1 offense. one of them offenses gives you a warning on like an offense. Like
Right.
you create an offense and instead of categorizing it as one particular thing, and you wouldn't lose a point unless you kicked him in the nuts again. But if you poked him in the eye, it should be just as equal. All them little offenses should be categorized like you get one warning on all of them.
I
You do
agree.
something else, I take a point.
Right, I agree. Like a foul equals a warning. Like 2 fouls is a point deduction. Like yeah, I agree. It would make it interesting to see. Yeah, if they make an immediate like. I feel like there should be a little bit of a grace like period, like at least one warning. Like it shows the fighters that the refs are serious, and that you can't be just you. It's tough, man, because they are beating the shit out of each other, and it's a savage as fuck sport. But you can at least fight like fucking gentlemen. You can at least do that.
Every other sport, we are fine with fouls. We accept it in every other sport. We would accept it if it happened.
Right.
If you do it twice, we all know there's been a warning. So if he does anything controversial in that offenses category, it should be deducted. It's the fairest way to do it for everything.
Right. There has to be some kind of punishment. You can't just keep like warning and warning and warning. And this is another thing that pisses me off too, man. I feel like there needs to be more, and it's hard because each fighter is different and each fighter has a different style of like especially when they get on top. But like, I feel like there's way too many warnings for activity. If you have to constantly warn a guy, and it happened a lot in the Brunson fight. He was getting warned over and over and over and over again. More activity. I need to see something. That you need to like not a point deduction, but like one warning and then you stand the fuck up. Yeah. You're letting like 3 minutes go by where you're making it clear that he's not doing what should be done in the fight, and to the point where you're warning him for it, but you're not fucking doing anything about it, and you're letting.
When the guy on the bottom is more active, like if you take the whole standing out of that fight, and it was just them laying on the ground together, Kevin Holland won that fight. If you take out ground control,
right, exactly.
Because he landed more shots. I mean, Brunson landed like 3 or 4 nice shots that whole time in all 5 rounds. Like ones that had somewhat knockout power, fight-ending power. But Kevin Holland, how many elbows did he hit him in the top of the head, around the weight? I think he won the fight on the ground. It's just ground control gets, he was in a shittier position.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And so, yeah, I feel like not necessarily a point deduction, but, be stern with that too.
What up, Nikki?
Be consistent.
What's up, boys?
What's up, Nikki?
Well, can you hit that one, the square button one, not the up and down one for me?
I can do that for you, brother. Let me lay out.
I love you.
I love you, buddy. How you doing, man?
Hooking and jabbing, sticking and moving.
You like that
Nikki,
one?
what's the most famous submission to you?
I like an old famous. My favorite.
I think it was the nastiest was the question.
Oh, what, last week?
No, it was in the chat. What's the nastiest submission that you've had? Are you seen, or what do you think the most impactful?
Flying armbar.
What's up, Jihad?
What's your favorite submission?
Peruvian necktie.
Ooh, nice. Jackie Boy said that too. Jihad says taking points will only result in shitty outcomes for the UFC concerning fights. You'll have fighters who won the fight losing.
Yeah, fighters not wanting to cheat though. That's what we all want.
Yeah.
Because then we don't lose a fucking, a decision or something because somebody poked somebody in the eye and everybody was on the decision,
Yeah, I agree. I'm kind of against the immediate point deduction, but one warning and foul, or one warning and stand them up, kind of like that.
Yeah, one warning foul. I mean, if it's a bad enough foul where it's like, hey, this guy's gonna have trouble continuing, but it can continue, that's where you take the point. It's say you poke somebody in the eye and that guy has literally 75% vision for the rest of the fight, a point should be taken, I think.
Yeah, because they give you a 10-8 round if you dominate somebody. It should be vice versa if you dominate somebody by cheating.
Right, exactly, and because that's part of the definition for 10-8 too. Is like you're affecting the other fighter's ability, like for the fight, the rest of the fight, like how they continue the rest of the fight. If you can affect their ability to do that, that's grounds for a 10-8 or a 10-7. So if you foul the guy to the point where he can know, like it affects him how he's going to fight the rest of the fight. Yeah, I think that it's the punishment should fit the crime in that sense.
Danny, my fucking hold on a second. You guys can hear my fucking brother.
Yeah, I don't know where mine was either, Nick. I just threw this one up there because I didn't want it just a circle. I didn't know where mine was either.
Well, you're what?
My the little Pub Sports Radio Twitch.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Who's in there right now? I know it's a Pub Sports Minute, and then turn my volume on. It was you. I think
that's the Twitch game and emblem.
I think it's pretty dope. I actually like it a lot. Oh,
Bibbs created it for me.
Yeah, so I do feel like that you do have to like take that into consideration. Like you want it to still be the grappler to be able to like Big Show said, you should be able to grip the bicep. You should be able to do you should be able to do all the kind of grips, the Gable grips. It should be comfortable to do all those, and you should be able to do them without like struggling. Like I feel like there's some way though. I feel like there's enough brains. There's enough like like fucking like nerdy people around the UFC that they can figure that shit out. You know what I'm saying?
my brother started yesterday, and American top, not American top team. It's American something. Fuck, I can't remember the name.
Oh, I've seen that, dude. I've seen that. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, with Hector Lombard and a couple other guys.
That's awesome. So he's trying to get amateur fights. That's cool, man. So
yeah, we'll have one in 4 months. I can guarantee it, or less.
Yeah. So is he younger, or is he like 30s? Or?
What did you say there, Sense? I'm sorry.
Oh, it's cool. Is he younger? Is he like in his 30s or?
30, just turned 31.
Hey, that's still a good time, man. That's not too late at all, dude.
Oh yeah, he's still like in the prime of his life.
What weight class is he gonna be fighting at? Do you know?
Well, right now weighs fucking 215, 220, but he's gonna cut down to 170 to fight. So he needs to walk around at 200 max, 185.
What were we just talking about, TC?
That fucking weight cutting, and weight classes. Cruiserweight. Said we're talking about needing a cruiserweight, but from like 220 to 205 being the range. What do you think about that, Nikki?
For what, the range on what division?
Just we were talking about making a cruiserweight. Like, how would you feel about them making a cruiserweight and then a super heavyweight?
207 to 226.
I mean, I like it. More belts, the better, but I don't want to get too diluted. But I think one or two more, you know what I mean? 1 or 2 more belts.
We got 3 for you, Nikki. We got the cruiserweight at 207 to 225 or 227 because that's the weight limits. And then 280 or 265 and up or 285 for men's, and then a 155 for women's.
No 155. There's no 155 for women's because you won't be able to find enough fighters. You got to X that one out right away. But 170, 185 to 205 is the biggest gap they have in the UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So 155, 170, right? 170, 185, 185 to 205. So that's a 20-pound gap right there. So I wouldn't mind a 198 weight class to fucking, you know what I mean? 220, you know what I mean?
I think I'll push back a little bit on the women's side because I think there are bigger women that want to fight, but they're like,
just think of the college athletes, Nikki.
Right. There's not a lot of them
volleyball people and soccer players and
but they can't even fill 145. So how are they gonna fill 155?
Exactly. Well, the thing is, like a lot of those bigger girls can't really make 145. Like you would have to make even bigger weight classes than that. Like it's just a thought for maybe 20 years down the road, 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, evolution.
You could even probably take out the 145 and add a 155, and you'd probably get more contestants dropping down from 170 trying to make 155 than drop all the way down to 145.
I just think it's more realistic to make an atom weight, a 105, like Invicta. There's so many girls that are smaller than bigger. So I would rather a 105 atom weight. Like for instance, that's where Livia Souza came from, and then she had to, Invicta atom weight champion. Then she had to move up to 115 when she came to the UFC. You know what I mean? So if they had a 105 division, that would be stacked. You know what I mean? It would be to be so many girls because there's smaller girls when it comes to bigger girls when it comes to girls. You know what I mean? So I'd rather the 105. I think it'd be a real scrappy fights, a lot of grappling and stuff like that. And yeah,
Right.
I really don't believe 155 would work. You won't get over 10 guys.
What I would say is like, but you'll have is there's like girls that are like softball players, like Sho said, volleyball players, basketball players. Those girls ain't gonna make 145 to save their fucking lives. But what they could make is like 155, 165, and it's not something that would take away that would take off right away. It would take some time, but Cage My IQ said something like you could maybe try that out in like LFA or like Bellator and see if it works. Like, it's always an issue of like, can you get enough fighters in whatever division it is?
Yeah.
Right.
What I would do is I would find the girls first, right? I would do an
stands right now. Adam Wade,
Ultimate Fighter show, right? And have
That's a fucking fantastic idea, Nikki.
You know what I mean? Find enough girls that are at that weight, and then
you want to be a UFC fighter. Can you make 155? Can you make 175?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what they had to do. They'd have to do an Ultimate Fighter. They'd have to find enough girls that could weigh in at 155 and not be completely fat without cutting weight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of these girls that fight at like 135, for instance, Valentina Shevchenko, she didn't have to cut shit. She was cutting like 7 pounds. You know what I mean? 8 pounds, 9 pounds, 10 pounds max. So that's why she went down to 125. And I want to see fucking Nunes and Valentina 3. She beat her once. She got robbed in that fight. I want to see those the two best athletes, women-wise, on earth fight again. That's what I want to see.
What's up, Sam? But yeah, I think as it stands right now, Atom Weight would be is much more ready to add as a division. Like you can
add it right now.
Right now, boom.
You can add it right now. Invicta has enough girls in the Atom Weight. We could take their entire Atom Weight weight class and move it over to UFC.
Just absorb their entire fucking roster at 105.
Yeah. But they won't do that because Invicta is sponsored by the UFC. If you want to watch Invicta fights, you got to watch it on Fight Pass. So I don't know.
I agree with you, Nikki. 105, you might be able to start a division. There might be more women available right now to start a division. But if you had, say, 10 years to promote something, I think there's so many more women that aren't even getting a chance because of the restrictions on the weight, where men don't have that. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Most girls.
How many volleyball chicks are like 5'10", 185?
But how many volleyball chicks want to fight? How much of them want to fucking fight? Like,
how many of them want to make money more than fight?
I was telling Sho there were some when I was at Combat Sports Center, there were some big girls in there, man, that were like boxing, and some of them were kickboxing too. I think there would be enough of an interest if they started showing that, because a lot of those girls, they just see that it tops out at 145 and there's not a whole lot of them there, and they're like, I ain't making 145, so it's like, why even bother? It's just
there's like 6 girls, right?
Say what?
There's like 5 or 6 or less girls in the
There's not many 145, and like there, but it's like a lot of girls, like if 145 is your cutoff, fuck, you're excluding like a lot of other potential, like
at least 20% of females,
like
from even attempting it, even attempting to go to class, make, put in the work, get to a certain weight, whatever it was, that takes a lot of, and there's, you're cutting out 20% of them by saying you have to be under 145.
True.
Or 146 by the, because.
Well, that's the thing, Shaw. I gotta disagree. There's none of those girls that cut down to 145 have a drastic weight cut. Not one. Cyborg is probably the only one. Other than that, I don't think it was that drastic. But other than that, you're talking. All right, girls are built differently. We're talking about the average girl is what, 5'5" or something like that, or 5'4", one of the two, like right around there. So, or even if you do, average girl in the world shorter because add the Chinese, but I'm talking about USA probably 5'4", 5'5". So And then you have some, girls that are taller and whatnot, but most of those girls are fucking models and shit. Or Gabby Garcia is the only one I know, and she's really a man. You know what I mean? So,
but that's what we're saying. Like, you have to start generating the interest in that from somewhere. Like, you have to show that you're willing to at least open the spot, because they're doing that on the bottom end. Like, they're promoting, like you said, atom weight. They're promoting these smaller weight classes. Like, those are not average. Like 125 for a dude. That's not an average dude. That's a tiny fucking guy. That's a little bitty guy. You know what I'm saying? 125, like, that didn't even come up to my dick. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what I would say is,
they're promoting the fuck out of that.
If they can get the 145 division stacked, right, then let's work on the 155. But until
that's
then,
what I'm saying. Like 145, that's what the show is saying. Like, you can't even, like, that. Just making it 145, you're never going to get enough of that. Like, there's so many girls that couldn't even make 145.
That want to fight? I don't know, man. I don't know.
I've seen them.
They're going to have to put that up. Like, Dana
needs
to get on the mic like this and say, all right, guys, the next 5 years, I want to start a 155 girls division. So if any girls out there that ever thought about fighting that could not make weight, or don't think you could make 155 or 145, or here's a 155 division. Let's see 4 or 5 years down the road to see if we can get the division open. And then
like what I was saying, Nick, you don't even have to be the UFC. Let it be like an Invicta, like your atom weights. You know what I'm saying? Let it build up in the lower division.
Somebody needs to do it.
Because you need top athletes once you get up to that. You need that. That's the problem with the UFC and the 145 is they don't have enough top athletes at 145 interested in making that weight.
Hey, mute your mic real quick, Show. Yeah, Sense, you there?
Yo.
Unmute it. Real quick, Big Show.
I did.
I was hearing a weird thing for a second. Maybe it wasn't just me.
I'm on my phone, so it might be.
Oh, that's why. Okay, never mind. But yeah, I just think that, like you said, it has to be done in a different division.
Yeah,
you know
and
that's what we said too. Yeah,
I mean different organizations. Sorry.
Yeah, because right now, and that's the thing too, is like Dana White, he's not interested in promoting that. Like they're going to promote a certain thing. They're looking at a certain demographic, and there's just a certain amount of people they just don't want to see. Like, they probably just don't want to see, like, the bigger girls fight. Like, they want the younger, like, or not younger, but like the thinner, hotter, conventionally hotter looking girls, and that's what they're marketing to, and that's what sells more. And so that's and it'll take time, but like, yeah, no, definitely, like, as it stands right now, there's not an interest in that. Like, they can barely get 10 fighters at 145, so they would be, if you're talking about what's realistic. Yeah, atom weight is the one division you could start right now. I'm just talking about just generating, just some interest in, like, the idea of, like, the bigger weight classes. That's all I'm really getting at.
Jack Attack has a perfect solution, in my opinion. They should literally have an open weight belt. It's an open weight belt. You know what I mean? And
you would have to actually have some reins on it on how high you would go, though.
Oh, well, open weight, I think it's just talking for chicks. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? Which would be
145 to what?
Yeah,
185.
No, I would say, in my opinion, I would go 145 to 125, but take Nunes out of the picture totally, because her and Valentina, and let them go at it. You know what I mean? Those girls will be all right. So Nunes,
because that's how it came up, is like the weight cuts. Like, it's easier to have a 220 or 220 division or 225 division for bigger heavyweights or littler heavyweights or bigger middleweights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I walk around this earth and I don't see girls. I mean, yeah, we're talking about volleyball players and some basketball players, but like, there ain't that many of them either. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, every year, think of how many college athletes are there, though. They have the people. They just got to find the ones that would be willing to do that kind of work. They don't have no means to, like, project that on them right now. You know what I'm saying?
You can never say never, right? Because Dana White said there'd never be chicks fighting in the UFC.
Yeah, because at some point it becomes not about wanting to fight; it's wanting to make fucking pretty solid money if you can get good at something.
Yeah,
dude, that open weight basic. So basically, Francis is your open weight champion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're doing heavyweight, if you're putting heavyweight in there, or do this every 3 weight classes, like for instance, 125, 135, 145, right? Do a tournament. You know what I mean? See what happens. You never know, right? Or you could do it every 2 belts, like 135, 125, 135, 145, 155, 170, 185, right? And then 205 heavyweight. So that works out perfectly right there because a lot of 205ers can fight heavyweight, as we're seeing right now.
Right.
That would be cool. You know what I mean?
Imagine doing like a fucking Sweet 16 for that shit.
Yeah, a tournament. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's ideas out there. I mean, I think Dana will explore them eventually, but not.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Well, it's like Jackson. So, Francis Davison, I want you to fight hard, fight clean, obey my instructions at all times. If you want to touch gloves, do it now. You know, fucking.
Yep. You know what's funny? I went because I didn't get to see like the highlights. So I went to go watch the highlights, and I pressed on their first fight, right? And I'm like, damn, bro, I didn't realize this was going on. I was like, that tipsy, even though I know I was a little bit behind Clint when he was doing the show, but I didn't realize he took him down twice and was beating him up on the feet until it happened. And then I looked down and it said 2018 or something like that. I'm like, oh, fuck me. What an idiot. I was watching highlights from their first fight. So certainly sick. But
What do you think about John Jones Stipe now, Nick?
True. What?
Like a go out fight for Stipe and a heavyweight fight for John Jones?
I think Stipe tries to get his belt back, but I mean, if he does, that means he's just punch drunk because there's no way he actually touched the step.
Yeah, if he could beat John Jones, let him try it for it.
Yeah, you know what? That's what happens. We're gonna see John Jones fight Stipe. The winner of that fights for the belt.
Yep, that's what I was telling TC earlier.
That would make sense.
Can you imagine John Jones at like 238 and Stipe at like 243?
He'll probably be like, I think John Jones
It's like the two heavyweight goats.
I mean, wait, what is he? 205? What do you think he's soaking into? No, you're right. He'd be right in the 230 to 235 range.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
Yeah, he'd be right there. But he's going to be 30 pounds undersized, and they have the same reach advantage. Well, John Jones is a half inch on each arm longer, which is that's long. Then Nagano.
Oh yeah, like if John Jones can beat Stipe, then give him to Nagano.
Yeah,
I wouldn't just throw him right to Nagano. We just seen what happened with Jan and Izzy.
I got an argument with somebody or a couple people, and most people had my back, and it was John Jones has a bigger reach than Nagano, and I'm sitting there thinking like, no, he doesn't, or it's very close. So I look it up, and I'm like, 1 inch, which is a half inch. And it's not one inch on each arm. It's a half inch. You know what I mean? You have to split that in half both sides. So that's nothing. You know what I mean? Nothing at all. All right, hold on a second. I got to call this motherfucker real quick.
So that open weight would be crazy. What okay, so let's switch gears a little bit. Let's talk. Well, let me go back to the chat real quick. I did want this to be a chat generated thing. So goat versus goat. Okay, boys, give us something to talk about. Give us a topic to talk about in the chat. The boys a minute to come up with something, but give us a topic to talk about. First come, first serve. Quick draw McGraw.
Noah had the last one, right?
Yeah, Noah did have the last one. So Noah, you're out for this round, bro, and you come back in on the next one. Because Noah would be on that shit.
You in the gulag now.
Yeah, you're in the gulag. You'll be back next round.
Diaz Edwards.
Yeah, good job, Jackie boy. Fuck yeah, Diaz Edwards. Okay, speak on it, Bubba. What you think?
Fun fight. I hope it goes through. It kind of feels like one of them fights with both their histories of not fucking actually getting to the fight and fighting. Like, Edwards' problem's always been there. I don't want to really cap on it too much right now because I'd really be biased to Diaz because I'm not really a huge fan of Edwards.
Leon's going to beat the brakes off of him. And I'm a Diaz lover. You guys know I love.
Yeah, I'm a Diaz fan, so I don't really want to cap on it now and like shit on my dude for months.
I'm telling you right now, he is going to get the break speed off him. I'm talking about dominated throughout the entire fight.
Might even get an illegal knee, so maybe that's something we got to plan for.
There you go. You can bet on an illegal knee by Leon or Nate getting an illegal knee land on him by Leon. So he is not. I mean, this is a Diaz that is getting older, and he's also fighting Leon, who is. We just saw him fight Bilal. Bilal's a great. Bilal will beat Nate Diaz. Okay. So that being said, I mean, I can't believe he even took that fight. Where's the money in it? Why would wait for Conor 3? It doesn't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense to me. He loses that fight, he can't fight Conor again. You know what I mean? You're on a 2-fight losing streak, and you get Conor. No, unless Conor loses.
If he wins that fight, he does get Conor.
If he loses the fight and then Conor loses the rematch with Poirier, they will fight again because they're both coming off 2 losses each.
Yeah, the fight would make way more sense for Nate if he actually loses this one, because that would actually be a good fight for Conor. Like the trilogy, people have been asking for the trilogy, regardless of whichever trajectory those guys have been on. But so let me ask you. It's concerning this topic specifically. Leon Edwards and Nate Diaz. The thing that's kind of been the rumors around the campfire, around this whole fucking thing, has been the Wonder Boy situation. Now, the first time that the fight fell through with Leon and Wonder Boy, I think I can't remember what it was, but someone got injured or something, there was a legit reason. But the second time, it was kind of rumored that Leon ducked him, or that Leon avoided or refused the fight, however you want to put that. So is Leon, what I want to ask you guys in the chat too, what do you guys, is him taking this Nate Diaz fight, is this a duck of Wonder Boy? Is this him wanting the money fight? What do you guys kind of think about that? And y'all can decide whoever wants to take it first.
Go ahead, Show.
I don't know. Like, I kind of wanted to see that Wonder Boy Edwards fight. If he did dunk him, that's pretty shitty considering how high you want to be ranked in the UFC. Like, once you get up there, you can't duck people. You know, there's a ranking, there's a pay system around it. You know, you're either holding someone back from a better ranking in their future. Like, you have to take them whatever fight you get once you get up there, I think
he took he's going for the money fight with Diaz, you know what I mean? And also getting another, spend
5 rounds too, isn't it?
Yeah, spend some more time. Yeah, doing a 5-round co-main event for the first time. He just needs to get some more rounds in, Leon. He's been so inactive. So I think him getting another fight in there before he fights a guy like Wonder Boy, who is fucking tricky as a son of a bitch, is probably smart. Not to mention he's getting paid a shitload more money for this fight.
I can see the angle. Now, I do think that I agree with both of you. I think that he should have taken that Wonder Boy fight. And I think my personal opinion, he did duck Wonder Boy the second time. I can't remember what happened the first one. I think it was either like
he got hurt,
travel issues, or he got hurt, or someone got sick or something. So that's legit. That's whatever. But the second time, it's like, okay, like Sho said, like, you want to be a contender. You've been crowing about how you've been getting done dirty and they ain't giving you the fights they need to give you. Well, okay, they're offering you Stephen Thompson. That's a legit. Everyone knows who Wonder Boy is. You beat Wonder Boy. You put a whooping on him, you're going to put yourself in a really good spot. So I do think that was a bit of a duck. But this Nate Diaz fight, I see the angle with that. Like with what that's a lot of money. That is a more winnable fight. It's less risk for him than Thompson.
But is Thompson coming off a win? Is Thompson even coming off a win?
Yeah. He schooled Jeff Neal.
That's right, Jeff Neal. Okay. He's just a crafty fuck, and it's hard to fight a guy like that.
He is, dude. He is, man.
That's a huge notch if Leon was able to fucking get him, too. That's a huge knot under your belt.
He needs more time in the cage, I think. And I think that's why they're making it a 5-round fight, because they need Leon. They need to see more Leon on a 3-round fight. That could be one of the angles. And Nate Diaz gets better in the later rounds, so.
Right, but I see the angle. Like it's less risk, it's more money. And look, if he comes back after this long layoff and loses to Thompson, like yeah, it's great if he wins, but if he fucking loses, it's like, oh man, all that shit happened. You had all those setbacks. You had some things that were your own doing. Like through all that drama and shit, you come back and Thompson just fucking styles on you. Like that's not a good look, dude. That's not a good style. So yeah, I can see the angle with the Diaz fight. It's smart for
I wouldn't bet this fight because of fucking that scar tissue on Diaz, man. I'm done betting Diaz fights because of that. Like I don't want him to get cut open and fucking the fight end.
Is there a line out right now?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Well, how long is this fight? How long?
I think it's May or June something, isn't it?
It's hold on.
This as far as the matchup, if we're just talking about the matchup in this fight, yeah, I'm with Nikki. I think it's Leon's fight to lose. He has a good jab, so I could see him starting to paint Diaz up after a little bit, but I don't think that he's going to stand there and have a boxing match with Nate Diaz. I think he's going to get it going with the jab, and when Diaz starts countering, I think he's just going to duck under one of them jabs and just take him down. But
that's probably where I see Diaz winning this fight is on the ground.
You think he takes him down?
I think
that's the only way. No, I agree. Yeah, that's the only way he wins.
That's the only way I see Diaz winning this one. Like,
but
for you're dodging the cut, which I'm always worried about with
Holy Diaz. Shit! He's on minus 450, Leon.
What is Diaz?
Plus 330. I still wouldn't bet that. That's a trap.
Yeah, it's a trap, but
no distance might be a decent bet because I think Leon can get him out of there. Or see what that would be, but that's
I don't think Leon to me, like he's a good striker, but Nate Diaz is a way better striker than Bilal Muhammad. And Nate's tough and he's hard to put away. Like, yeah, the scar tissue, but like Leon is like he's more of a point fighter to me. Like I don't know, but yeah, you're right. It's dangerous for him. Like Diaz is a bit of a matchup wise, it's a bit of a trickier fight, but I don't see Leon having any problem with it. Like I think as sharp as he looked against Muhammad, like I don't see him struggling with Nate Diaz. I think that's actually, and for Leon, it's probably smart. Like it's probably, yeah, okay, Bilal Muhammad, Nate Diaz, then we rack it up a little bit more, gradually like rack up the competition as you like get out of this period of inactivity. I don't think that's a bad, the more I think about it, like, okay, I see it. I see the angle.
Yeah. There's a couple other ones that were announced right here. It looks like Dariush is fighting Ferguson. Then Edmund and Jack Edmund Shabazian versus Jack Hermanson. I like wow, they're giving Edmund plus 160 there. Actually, I understand that. Moreno Figueiredo, Maya I. What the fuck? UFC 264. Maya I. Get the fuck out of here. They have Israel and John Jones as future events. That's not happening. You can take that off. Not right now, at least. Fucking.
You think he gives? Do you think he beats Nate Diaz and they give him a shot? I mean, they catapulted. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, but
he has to go through Colby first, I think.
Yeah, I think that. Here's the weird thing about welterweight. Welterweight, you've either got guys that have already lost to. I mean, because even Edwards, Colby, Burns. I mean, it's starting to get to the point where Usman's just fucking running through all of them, and he's just dominating the whole fucking division. It's getting to that point. Now, I think that Edwards is probably the most viable contender out of those top guys, but I'd like to see the Wonder Boy fight. So yeah, I think it would have made sense for like a win over Wonder Boy would have catapulted him into a title, a rematch with Usman, because I think Edwards is a better fighter than he was the first time. But he didn't take that. He pretty much ducked Wonder Boy. Like as far as I'm concerned, he fucking ducked him. So fine.
I don't think it was a good fight back. I mean, that was going to be his first fight back, right? Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy's first fight back, or
no. That would have been Leon's first fight back, right?
Yes, but it would have been after less. You know what I'm saying? It would.
No, not as much time. Yeah.
It wouldn't have been as much of a layout. You know what I mean? Like that would have been the second time.
You gotta do what's right for your career. Maybe he wasn't ready. Maybe he knew he wasn't ready to beat him yet. You know what I mean? And so you're basically putting yourself in a bad spot. You don't think you can beat him yourself, but you can try.
You're calling for like the title shot, and you're calling for like the champ. Like, okay, like
Yeah, you don't want to leapfrog
last
people
big
like that.
was RDA. Like you decisioned him. Like, okay, like
There's always those gatekeepers, and I feel like there's it's not just there's more gatekeepers in that division than than Thompson. Like for instance, how about we make Gamebred I'll hit him with a 2-piece and a soda. Fucking Jorge Masvidal versus Leon grudge match. Fucking for the BMF belt, right? He takes his bad motherfucker belt from him. Come on now. And then you know what? And then like stomps on it and be like, man, I don't want this trash. You know what I mean? Like something like that. Like, because he's not like a bad motherfucker like Usman is, but like shit. That's what I would do. I'd take that bitch from him or try to, and be like, yo, bitch, you ain't no bad boy. You know what I mean?
Usman wouldn't take that fight right now. He's about to go fight for the belt.
Yeah, but he's gonna have to fight. He's gonna lose that. But I don't even understand why they're putting Usman and fucking Masvidal 2 together. It makes zero. Well, why not Kobe Usman 2?
You're right. Leon Edwards deserves that fight with George now that he lost. Like, let's get this fucking air this shit out.
Like, why is he fighting for the belt? Why? What? Because he took it off 3 weeks' notice. Man, the same shit's gonna happen. You're gonna get taken down, rinse and repeat, probably subbed out, or even ground and pounded. And his hands have looked mighty good lately. Fucking Usman, you know what I mean? He literally right now it's either Leon, Kobe, which you know what I mean. That fight should have been made so many fucking times. We all know that. He could be fighting. I mean, Leon could be fighting Kobe and Jorge, and you could make a case for both of them. You know what I mean? So, but Jorge should not be fighting for the belt. Makes no sense. Because he beat fucking Nate Diaz and now he's come and already got whooped by Usman. Now he gets another shot. Come on.
yeah.
I feel like he's got to give up that bad motherfucker belt if he fights Usman again too.
Yeah, that shit's still sitting in the American Top Team right now. I get the fucking every time I go there, I take a picture of it because I probably won't be there much longer.
Well, yeah. So, Mills. So yeah, I think that as far as I'm concerned, at welterweight, like. I want to see. I understand why they're making the matchups they are. Like Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal are bigger draws. They will put more butts in the seats. We're starting to kind of get out of the shadow of COVID. More and more fights are going to be kind of like built around who's a bigger draw because the crowd's going to be more involved. So I understand why they're making the Masvidal fight. I don't see it going any different. I think Usman right now at this point is just a way, way better fighter. He's still younger and like he's getting better. Like I kind of see Masvidal as just the same guy that he's kind of like he just is who he is.
How long ago was that? A year ago or less, right?
Yeah, and he's like 36, 37 now. So yeah, I don't really see it going any different. I'd like to see the Edwards rematch, and I'd like to see the Wonderboy fight, but. It's kind of just like a log jam. It's like you still
Edwards rematch. They didn't fight. Oh, you're talking about their backstage fight?
Well, no, now that I think that's a good fight. I think that's the fight that should have been made. I think they should have made Masvidal and Edwards.
Yeah,
should have made that. There's like yo, you want to fight? Two of you already kind of had a fucking fight. Let's see. Let's stretch that out a little bit over 3-5 rounds. I think they should have built a fight night around that, but. It is what it is at this point. It's just kind of like that they're giving Masvidal a full camp or whatever. So yeah, get Masvidal up out of there real quick, and then I'd like to see the Edwards rematch, or actually, if Edwards beat Nate Diaz, actually make the Wonderboy fight, and then the winner of that get Usman, whatever. But I don't know, man. I don't see Usman really having a problem with really anyone. I think he'll just fucking dominate welterweight for at least another year, 2, 3, whatever.
I think his time will come soon. I mean, I just want to find him fight Colby one more time because that shit. Everybody, I mean, Colby was up in the rounds up until that fucking punch and all that shit happened. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, he won. But I don't know. I want to see it one more time. I just want to see it one more time.
I mean, the demand is still there for that fight. Like, if they because you can't just like you can't keep denying Colby forever. You know what I mean?
Where's he been? Has he been silent? I haven't even seen him on like really on social media a lot.
That's interesting, man. He kind of has been a little more quiet.
Who,
Right?
Jorge?
Yeah,
No, Colby.
or Colby.
This is really fucking not much from him. It was 2-2, Nick. What was 2-2? No. Two judges had Colby up. One judge had either draw or Usman up. But 2 judges had Colby up in that fight up until he got knocked
Danny
down.
says it was 2-2, Nick.
That'd be tied. The rounds would be tied. The 2-2. Two judges had Colby up.
That's right.
He said
I think I gave. It was either the first or the second round. I gave.
Oh, in his opinion. I'm sorry. Okay.
and I gave Usman the third because that's the round that he. I think that's the round that he broke Kobe's jaw.
The fourth, he broke his jaw, right?
Round, Kobe came back and won after having his jaw.
Yes, you're right.
Impressive about that.
That's right. He goes jaw. Remember he sits down. He goes, I think my jaw's broken.
That was between rounds 3 and 4. He broke his jaw at with 10 seconds left in the
How
third.
fucking savage is that, though? To be like, I think our fucking jaws broke. Let's go fight the champion for 2 more rounds.
Right. So that is gangster. So I give that motherfucker. A guy's not all talk. He can fucking smoke, bro. You know what I mean?
Well, it tells you 2 things. It tells you Colby's a tough motherfucker, and Usman has power. Usman definitely has power.
They
And
get
he
hard.
had in the last couple fights.
Right. You know he trains fucking Nagano, so he's got a little bit of power, right?
I mean, he's just a big, strong motherfucker. And now he's learning how to. He's with Whitman now. He's with Whitman, and he's getting his striking sharp. He's getting his boxing tight. His technical, his boxing fundamentals, working behind that jab. It's the first punch you learn, and he is getting it nice and tight. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from Usman as far as the striking development is concerned. So yeah, the dude's a problem. He's big, strong. He's still
Shout out to the 3 Nigerian champions now too.
That's crazy, man. African UFC fighters are going strong right now.
Yep, we got 3 Nigerian champions: Usman, Izzy, and Nagano. Well, Nagano, he's from Nigeria, but I believe he's French, right?
All I know is I want to see that fucking skins
no,
on Fortnite of them 3 guys.
What
That shit would be dope. Can you imagine a Nagano Fortnite skin?
They should fucking start bam. You should pitch that to them, bro. But yo, a lot of people watch UFC. They play Fortnite and dude, imagine a Call of Duty. You could pick, you know what I mean. You could be a fighter, you know what I mean, and just dress your fighter up, fucking with Rambo shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Walking around with no shirt off with just fucking gun bullet strap. You know what I mean?
Dude, they need to make Francis a Mortal Kombat character or something.
He's gonna make so much money when he's done fighting too.
Who?
That look doesn't come around that often, Nagano.
Oh, Nagano? Yeah.
He'll get some Hollywood acts. He'll get some shows.
Oh yeah, he'll get that guy, the bouncer, or the guy this scary guy that comes in your house and wants to kill you. If he can act, you know what I mean?
Dude, he's definitely the final boss in a martial arts movie for sure.
Yeah, yeah. Or some fucking what's it called? When
he might have the belt for 15 years.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Nigeria. Francis is Cameroon. He's from Cameroon.
Cameroon, that's right. But Africa, it's still Africa.
Yeah,
right?
it's still. So
Nigeria is in Africa, right?
Cameroon is Central Africa. I know Nigeria is Western Africa. I dated a girl that was from Ghana, and I know Nigeria is really close to Ghana, and but I think Cameroon is in Central Africa.
So 3 African, 2 Nigerian, 1 from Cameroon.
Yep.
Oh, yo, did you see his family and all his friends under the 2 tents watching him fight in Africa?
No, that's awesome though.
Oh, the reaction's awesome. They just go. I mean, true celebration of family and friends just going nuts. That must have made them feel yo, we're on the mat. You know what I mean? We're on the mat. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, Cameroon's a lot smaller than Nigeria. I mean, right. I would have to imagine because I didn't know about Cameroon until Francis Ngannou, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know much about Cameroon, other than it's a pretty poor country. So like that was the thing in that fight. Like Stipe is like a genuinely like he's a good dude. He's a good man. He's a firefighter. He's literally he is a hero. But he's a bad motherfucker, and he stood in the fire with Francis. But like Francis is like he has these humble beginnings. Like he's a pretty fucking good guy too. So it's like you hate to see Stipe lose to like, but it's like if he's gonna lose, at least it's to someone like Francis, who like, this is like
A monster, yeah.
truly is life changing for him. Like,
I hope he doesn't ask for a rematch because then you're giving a 38-year-old twice more CT than he just got from the first
Yeah,
fight.
he's got to go earn it. He's got to go beat John Jones. That's the answer.
He says he
Yeah.
wants one more fight. So, yeah, I think your guys are fucking nailed it. It has to be Stipe. It's got to be his warm-up heavyweight fight. And, hey.
And
if
it's
he
his
can go
go
out-
out fight if Stipe loses. You know, he
Yeah,
lost
and
to John Jones.
I think Stipe can beat him, bro. I think he's got good boxing, and he has better wrestling than John Jones. So if he could take John Jones, and he's bigger, John Jones down and win those scrambles and whatnot, and I think he has obviously the best chance of anybody that's already fought him so far. And then sell off to the sea. Just I don't need that belt. I already had it. I just beat one of the best in the world. Yada yada yada. You know what I mean? Because what?
Yeah, you can either go out on a win or you can go out on a loss.
They're gonna weigh the same amount. You know that, right?
Yeah, right around the same amount. Yeah.
So it's like, you know what I mean? John Jones, if he loses, yeah, let's give it a try. That's not my real weight class anyway. Fuck, that's a guarantee. That's what he would say.
That's what Izzy did. That's what Izzy just did. He got fucking manic. He just became a career 185er.
Yeah. Why do you think I hate that guy? I just hate it, bro. I knew that was going to happen. I bet Jan, Izzy is overrated as it is. I guarantee you he gets beat within the next year and a half. Max.
That's what we opened talking about is how do you feel like Izzy's going to be at 185 now after the going up, putting on weight, losing that weight, and then losing more weight to make the cut, and then already getting knocked. He got beat up. So he's not going to get. I think
he didn't get like beat up in the face, but he got manhandled.
Yeah.
Taken down nonstop, all she wrote type things.
When do you see him fighting again? I said something like late August, September, if at the earliest.
Yeah,
just because of the weight cuts and the just natural timing of the UFC and who he's going to fight.
And people need to fight for who. So right now, who are we waiting on for his next fight?
We're talking about that. We're saying I was saying, and I think if Vettori wins, whoever he ends up fighting, I think if what Show is saying is true, and like Izzy doesn't end up fighting until later this year, I think if Vettori wins his next fight, that's pretty much your guy, and he'll be catching Vettori at a real bad time.
Didn't he already fold Vettori?
Yeah, but not after fucking the weight cuts and moving up and getting beat in the head.
He folded Vettori like a fool. I think it needs to be somebody else. Like we need. So it means not we, but Vettori needs to lose.
Brunson. That's the only new guy that's up there.
I mean,
he's not new. He's just been a gatekeeper that's starting to get better. And his fight IQ has gotten so much better. He's using his wrestling and stuff like that. He's not just trying to fucking throw in the pocket. But I think if we can get a good, I think Edmund Shabazian is what, 22 or 23 or 24, 1 and 2, right?
I think it's 23 or 24.
This fight's going to prove a lot. We're going to see how much he got better. Who did he lose to, by the way? It was
Brunson.
Yeah, Brunson. He took him down, right? So if he can get his wrestling up to par and to keep that bitch on the feet with a guy like Brunson and whatnot, because we know Izzy isn't going for takedowns. So the whole stylistic matchup between Edmund and Izzy would be totally different because Izzy's not going for the takedown. You know what I mean? He's going to be striking, so he doesn't have to worry about the takedown, which means it's a whole different fight. We have to worry about
that's the same thing we were talking about Holland moving up past Brunson now. You know what I mean? Like Edmund's got to beat somebody above Brunson to move above him. He can't just go right to Izzy.
Well, the thing is, though, Brunson and Izzy. I'm starting to get crossed up. They haven't fought yet, right? Brunson and Izzy.
They might have way back in the day.
Yeah, right.
That I don't remember.
Maybe not. So if he hasn't, I mean, yeah, Brunson could be in the. He wins one more fight, he could have a title shot. Yeah, he needs a high profile, opponent like Till. You know what I mean? Somebody, you know what I mean? Just Till and Brunson, they've never fought, right? The 85 division is not a lot of people. That, you know what I mean?
So let me make the argument for Vettori real quick, and I think that
He's Italian.
He did beat him like convincingly the first time, but I think it was a competitive enough fight that with the improvements that Vettori has clearly made, he's still pretty fucking durable. I still don't see Adesanya knocking him out. But yeah, like Sho was saying, like he'll have to get back adjusted to doing the camp for a middleweight fight, and he's catching Vettori. If he wins the next fight convincingly, he'll be catching him on a hot streak. Like the guy's building momentum like a fucking like a snowball in an avalanche. So
Izzy did fight Brunson.
It'll be more interesting than the first fight was, I think.
I knew that. You know what it is? It's the blonde hair, the Cisco looking blonde hair that kind of throws me off a little bit. But yeah, they already fought. He folded him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Izzy's already got to that point where it's either rematches or a guy like Edmund or Holland or Chimaev.
Wow, keep Holland. Holland's going down to 170. You already told everybody that. You're not going to see Holland at 185 again. And if it is, it's short notice. He's taking he's doing a favor for Dana and making some money. Seems like that's what that man's all about is money, which is good. Hey, that's what he's supposed to be. I'm not so sure he's really going for the belt. I think he's just trying to take as many fights as possible and challenges as possible, which is what I think what I would do if I was in the UFC. I could care less about the belt. I would want to be in good fights, take big number of paychecks, and get out in about 6 years or less. You know what I mean? I've been hitting the head with in a boxing backyard fucking match, right? That shook my fucking brain, and that was with a 16-ounce glove. Granted, a 16-ounce glove is going to shake your brain more than a fist or a or a UFC glove.
A 16-ounce glove don't feel like a pillow, Bubba.
It's one more pound on your hand. It's what you're getting hit with, an extra pound in your face. You know what I mean? So, but it shook my brain. So, like, these fighters are taking all these fucking damage. Like, when I see them taking that damage like that, I know their brain shaking every time. You know what I mean? Especially when they're basically out. So, I think the shelf life on a fighter over 30 should be 6 years max. You're fighting over 36 years old. Then you start taking damage after that. That's like the real bad damage doesn't come back.
I think if you're like a talented fighter, you're like a talented middle of the road fighter, you kind of see where you're gonna go. I feel like you try and make a run. If you're unsuccessful, you don't become obsessed with getting the belt if it's not clear. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's have fun, make your money, pick your spots. And I know Danny. You know what I mean? I know Brunson fought Edmund. I just forgot that Brunson fought Izzy, but I knew we knew it was either back in the day or 3 or 4 years ago or where they fought. But that was when, remember, you both know Brunson was fighting with no IQ. He was trying to fucking knock out people that he could not knock out.
Brunson has absolutely made improvements in his fight IQ, and I think working with Hooft at Sanford has definitely like improved his game.
Yep.
Unquestionably.
And he's improved his stand-up too, but he's probably told him, hey, man, you're a fucking wrestler, striker second. Fucking do it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So Cam's mean everything, man.
If he's forced to stand, he can keep him on. Because Brunson always had power, but he was just wild and sloppy. And but yeah, working with Hooft, and that guy definitely knows how to get the best out of his fighters. He always comes up with a good game plan. Hooft is a good game planner, for sure.
I love those takedowns on Holland. He was hitting them from the side, you know what I mean, and whatnot. Like he was angling and then just shooting to the other side. He was just doing it. He must have drilled that shit with Henry Hoof and everybody. All those wrestling coaches 1,000 fucking times. 1,000 times. Have you guys heard of? I know show Frank Lester, John Jones, ex-coach. The guy that ratted John Jones out about being on steroids because John Jones.
The name sounds familiar. Yeah, the name sounds.
John Jones owed him money on a handshake because he was his coach and never paid him. So he's like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna tell everybody fucking what kind of steroids you've been taking," and that's how he ended up getting in trouble for the steroids. That's who my brother is going to tonight with to go hit mitts with and spar with. I'm just hoping he continues to do it because my brother's a fucking nutcase, bipolar. The only thing that he feels fucking at home with is when he's fighting. So he needs to stay in the fucking gym.
Yep. That's the best way, man. If you like that shit and you're like always just about you just always seem to get into it, like just stay in the gym.
I'm getting a membership there too. I'm gonna start in 2 weeks. I'm gonna try to quit cigarettes in the next week or so, or cut down tremendously. But I saw videos and whatnot, and they were having a lot of fun. I wish I was there. 2 of my buddies were there, sparring and whatnot. They were doing multiple drills, hitting pads. Fucking Hector Lombard's running the class.
Nice.
So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, dude, I was gonna get back in the dojo and get my Shodan, get my black belt in for karate.
Get it, dude.
I don't think there's Shotokan on the Eastern Shore, so I think it's going to be MMA. I'm either going to do boxing or MMA, but I got to find a good gym around here.
Oh, I thought you said jiu-jitsu. What is Shotokan?
Karate.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, dude, whatever fucking floats your boat. It's all fun no matter what.
Yeah, it's awesome. And I did karate first, and then I moved to boxing. But I'll either pick up boxing again. But I really want to get into MMA. Like, even if it's just it'll just be training for self-defense. I'm way too old to. Like, I've already missed the boat for trying to be a fighter, but I feel like I would love to get into jiu-jitsu particularly, and if I can get back into either boxing or kickboxing, that'd be awesome too. I'll find a good MMA gym around here.
100%. And Mills, I know it was 4 fights ago, but four fights ago, Brunson wasn't the same fighter. He was a dumb fucking fighter, and he's changed camps. But I think the same thing would happen. Izzy would win. You know what I mean? But I think it wouldn't be a first round knockout.
That's probably a good point.
You know what I mean? He'd still win, but I think he takes him to deeper waters. We saw Brunson start to gas bad in that 4th and 5th, but was still able to take Holland down because he's so fucking clumsy. Izzy wouldn't get taken down in that 4th and 5th. You know what I mean? I think Brunson could probably take the first and the next fight if they ever fought again. The second fight.
Izzy would get up though. Holland didn't try to get up.
Yeah, he didn't try. Yeah, Izzy would. Yeah, he would scoot to the fence, get back up, stuff like that. He'd probably survive the first round, maybe second, and I would maybe say maybe late second round, third round knockout by Izzy.
I think Holland with a few adjustments could actually beat Brunson if they rematched. I don't think Brunson has a chance against Adesanya.
Dude, he's weighing in at 183, bro. Like, he's just too small. Brunson looks so fucking much bigger than Holland. It was like, wow. You know
Yeah,
I put a live bit right then and there.
Yeah, man, it was. But he clipped him though, and like I feel like he crowds his own work, man. He's really bad about that. He was good about it in the Buckley fight. He fucking hit him with the crispy 1-2, the blinding jab, and then the baseball swing, right hand behind it, and then he just chilled. But obviously he like just collapsed from it. But he crowds his own work too much when he has a guy hurt. But I think if he can make some adjustments, I don't know. I think he can get out of there.
He needs to cut down to 170. Hopefully he can do it. That he's the type of guy that if there was a 165 division, it'd be perfect for him because it's like he can't get big. He's not big enough for 185, and he's fucking huge for 170. But even at 170, if he could make weight, he ain't beating Usman. Not a fucking chance, prayer in hell.
Nah. He's not a bum, but he's you got to temper your expectations on him for sure.
Yeah, all right. This week, Kevin Holland is going to be the next
Derek Brunson.
Cowboy Cerrone. Cowboy Cerrone. Just taking fights left and right, being in bangers, first center fights, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But obviously, no, he's not gonna get all those.
Poor IQ when they were young.
Who?
Poor IQ when they were young.
Right. Yeah. And see, the thing is, like, he's 28. Like, there's room for Kevin Holland to improve. There's definitely room for Kevin Holland to improve. But and I think that he will. I think that, it's obvious. Like, I kind of have a better idea, a better gauge of where his ceiling probably is. But he's young. He's really fucking fast, especially in the striking. And I don't know, man. Like, I feel like he makes some adjustments here and there. He can bounce back from that loss. And like Brunson has definitely improved. I got to give Derek Brunson some credit, but yeah,
So
I wouldn't say he's a
yeah,
bum, but I would say he's not. He's maybe a little overrated, a little overhyped. Maybe not quite who we thought he was. I'm still a fan of Kevin Holland, but yeah, I think he can bounce back and make some improvements.
and Danny's correct too. Like his fight IQ sucks, and he needs to make some improvements. So he needs to stop talking so much and just like that man did so much dancing before the fight to the point where his legs probably were starting to get gassed, and that's why he was getting taken down easily in the third round. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think he maybe thought he didn't have a chance in that fight. I don't know. Or after the first round, he didn't realize it. You know, he realized how strong Brunson was. He's like, all right, this is gonna be a long fucking night for me. You know what I mean? So he decided to just chirp.
Right, like I said, my take on it was I thought he was gonna talk anyway, but I think maybe he started maybe believing his own hype. Like no matter what happens, I can still win, even if I talk, even if I just fuck around here and there. I'll still like find a way to get it done. I don't know, it's just speculation, but I don't know, man. It's so funny, like everyone jumps right on the Kevin Holland bandwagon and right the fuck back off of it. Everyone's like, he sucks. No, not everyone, but like, people like he sucks now and he's trash. Like, he's definitely was a little overrated, a little overhyped. I was definitely
the jumping around was dumb in a 5-round fight.
Yes. And the not showing urgency and the getting up and looking disinterested when you only have a few seconds left instead of trying to maybe clip and drop Brunson one last time. I don't know, man. Like, he definitely disappointed me. I'm still a fan. I was disappointed. He definitely kind of pissed me off in that fight, but I think he can make some improvements and bounce back.
It all starts with that entrance.
Yeah, that entrance.
The dumbest shit ever. It's kind of reminded me of the dude that wore, what's his name? The boxer that wore that fucking heavy ass suit for like 25 minutes.
Wilder.
Yeah. Like, why would you do all that unnecessary labor?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like that, there could have. He's had some awesome like outfits before. Like they were way cooler than that, and were still like super like elaborate. There was one he had. I can't remember if it was the first or second Ortiz fight, but it was awesome, man. It was like this gold. He had one that was like a gold thing, and then he had one that kind of looked like either like a raven or like some kind of like crazy looking bird, but it was like kind of evil looking. Those were cool, but this one like it looked kind of cool, but it's like, dude, why would you do something like that weighs that fucking much? When you're in this huge fight, you're gonna be fucking like amped the fuck up and like anxious and like I don't know, man. That's such a that man. We could go down a rabbit hole. We start talking about Wilder and Fury, but yeah, no, it's like the entrance, like Holland
Unnecessariness of it.
Yeah, Holland's antics, like it definitely backfired on him this time. You can definitely say that in fairness. Like it finally caught up to him. The shit talking. And I tweeted this out too. It's like it's just not as good of a look when you're losing. It just doesn't hit the same. It doesn't land the same. It's more cringy and obnoxious just by nature of the fact that you're not winning. And it's just like, dude, instead of getting back to your feet or trying to throw up a submission, you're just sitting there yapping. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think you can bounce back though.
Yep.
So I don't know what so what this fight was, that the Holland or the Vettori and Till fight was supposed to be the next event, right? That was supposed to be the next one.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was going to be the headliner, so that is still up in the air. What's I don't have well, actually I do. I can look that up. I was going to see what's the co-main event for that.
I'll have to look it up.
If you want to talk about that real quick, it's we are.
Sorry, guys.
I'm
Had a business call.
good. We're at 2 minutes, 2.5 hours. We'll go into 2 hours and 45 minutes. We'll go for another 15 minutes. So, well, I guess we'll just talk about this, this coming up part a little bit.
Anyway.
So yeah, we'll talk about this a little bit about this preview this next card. That'll be not this weekend, but next. out of here.
Machida has a fucking right?
I have you. Oh, hey, you went sense. You went total sense. Can you hear me? You went totally fuzzy. You're right now. You are a robot. Oh, there you're good now.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That I think it's because I navigated off the stream. I won't do that anymore.
Machida fight's coming up, right? TC?
Say what?
TC's got our
fighting?
Brian Bader.
Oh, he is it is the Bader rematch. I forgot about that. It is the fucking Bader rematch. I'm scared for Lyoto. But he has been looking decent. Like he has been looking better than I thought he would have been.
Don't trick yourself into that. Bader's gonna maul him.
He is. I'm not picking Machida. I'm not picking Machida.
Fuck him right in the ass.
No, he will. I'm definitely taking Bader. This is one where my heart's going to be with Machida. I'm hoping to eat crow. I'm hoping for the upset, but I will be picking Ryan Bader definitely. And I'm scared.
That's not this weekend.
Hey, did you guys know on April 7th the one is on TNT?
What is 1FC?
Nice.
Yeah.
Jesus, I love MMA. I love MMA.
Demetrius Johnson versus Marias.
Marlon went over there? Or no?
Adriano Marias.
I was gonna say, I was like, Marlon didn't go over there today. Shit, what the fuck?
I think I've ever heard of him.
Wait, so Elon Musk is going to join the board of William Morris ever?
What? Wait, what?
So the company that owns the UFC, Miss Universe.
Oh, that's awesome.
WME. So I guess WME owns Miss Universe. Yeah, William and Morris Endeavor is the parent company that owns UFC. I think I can't remember if they're English or German or something. They might be American. I can't remember. But yeah, they own UFC, and then Dana White owns a certain percentage, I think, too. But
it's Easter on this Sunday.
It is. Is it Easter?
Oh my God, yeah.
That's crazy. That's wild. Well, I guess we're getting close enough. Let's what about? I'm trying to think of something we can talk about real quick.
There was some. Oh, you see that? Wait, real quick. You see that ref that hit his in the game last night that just passed out and hit his head?
Yeah.
What?
Dude, he literally he was straight up, right? He was a line. What do you call it? A back. What is it? Joe? Where was he? What kind of judge? What kind of line judge was he, or what kind of?
He was just a line. He was just a line judge.
Line, right? And he's at the by the hoop, a little bit off, and they're like bringing the ball down. Next, you know it, he just goes like this, or backwards, boom. Head spin. His head smacks off the fucking court twice, like boom, boom, and he was out.
Shit.
He passed. Yeah, it was free Frankenstein. Stiff. It was a crazy. We saw it live, and we're like, "What the fuck just happened?" And we thought he had a heart attack, but he just passed out and fucking hit his head hard. It was crazy. You gotta look it up. It's crazy.
That's fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm. But other than that, who do you think wins the fucking March Madness tournament?
Well, I've been debating whether I want to pull for those goddamn Baylor Bears or not. You know, I like to do that sometimes if it's a team that I don't really think that I will, though. I don't, fuck Baylor. Like, yeah, they're good. Like, if they win, I won't be too mad. They haven't won. They haven't been this far in 75 fucking years or something. But you know what? I'm pulling for Michigan's still in it, right?
Nope.
God damn it!
You didn't know that? Oh God, you just broke Zoe's heart, man, by saying that.
I wanted Michigan to be in it, man. I wanted to root for Michigan.
They fucked up last night bad. And Big Show. What am I saying? They lost that game because Wagner literally scored 2 points.
God damn it. Well, hey, that's how we beat Oral Roberts. That's how Arkansas sent Oral Roberts home. Devo Buckets hit a fucking jumper like MJ,
Listen, it's Gonzaga's year. They've been killing it the last 3 years and not being able to pull it out the end. I think it's the year.
Look, dude, Arkansas shot like complete dog shit that entire fucking tournament. And we came within like, we were within like 5 points one time of Baylor. So if Baylor is going up against Gonzaga or someone, they're going to get fucking smoked. Like, we're not a very big team. Our big player, Connor Vanover, he wasn't even playing. Like, we're a small team compared to like a team like Baylor and like Gonzaga. Nah, they'll fucking crush them. So it's Baylor, Gonzaga, who else?
Because who's on Gonzaga playing next show?
Gonzaga's playing Houston.
Houston. So they'll probably blow through Houston, which hopefully they don't because fucking P has a fucking bet for them to win that game, but he took a future bet at plus 1,400 or something like that, I think. But hopefully that can happen, but I don't think so. I think Gonzaga beats them, and that's all she wrote. They go to the champ.
TC, you want to see some of my fucking galaxy brain theory real quick before we get off here?
Go ahead.
All right, pull up the screen real quick.
I don't think I can because it was.
He's on the phone.
A navigate away. It's too much for the old iPhone.
Never mind then.
Well, we can, but just remember that for the next time you hop on here. We'll definitely get into it, or you can like DM it to me or something. We can talk about it. What was I gonna say?
I'm gonna DM Nikki so I can get his reaction.
Yeah, totally.
Oh Lord.
Was it? Yeah. So it's Gonzaga, Baylor, who else? Houston, and who's the fourth team?
UCLA.
Yeah.
UCLA. Oh, well, out of those four, yeah, probably Gonzaga. Like, when's the last time Gonzaga won it?
It's been a while. They've been blowing it.
I don't think they've won it.
They've been blowing it the last 3 years that they were in like the Final Four, I think, right?
Hey Nick, I sent you that message.
Where is it? Did you DM me on fucking Twitter?
Messenger, my bad.
Mother cuck.
I think Gonzaga did Gonzaga win? I don't know if they've won it all. They might. It's been a while if they have, but I remember when they had fucking Adam Morrison. I remember that shit.
Oh yeah, I can. You know what? I can bring it here. Bring up on full screen real quick. I can probably show you what the ref looked like if you want.
Hold on. Let me hold on. I know what to do. Hold up.
I want to break down this picture for you guys too, so you guys see what I look at.
Okay, hold on. Let me damn it.
Solo layout does it allow you to do it or no? If it doesn't, it's okay.
Okay, yeah, here we go.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, or solo layout for me.
Never
click
mind.
Click on mine.
I remember how to do it. I remember how to do it now. All right, hold on.
Yeah, you did it earlier, so
yeah.
There we go. He's out like a fucking light.
All right, so you could see Nick's phone. Go up just a little bit, Nick. Hold it up just a little further up. See how his name, the referee's name is Bert Smith. When you break it out and you give a number value to each letter in his name, it comes out to 114. Look at the score.
Oh,
Dude.
Whoa, hold on. Wait, where'd it go? I can't get it. What's the score say right now? Fuck.
11-4.
Whoa. You know what that is? That's what's it called? You know what that means? He's a Freemason. He's a fucking Freemason.
That's some like chaos theory.
Oh.
Ain't it crazy though that somebody caught that and that's the first thing they thought of was to go check his name and what the score was, and then he's
crazy,
like, "Oh my god, it fucking matched."
I'm still in full screen.
There he is. Oh yeah, you in the spotlight now, Nikki. You made it. Full.
I did
it. Solo layout.
I did it.
PC Lounge. Can't
I
get
did it.
better than that, boys.
All right, I'm gonna have an aneurysm. We can't do that.
Too sexy.
No, Dougie. Man, that's weird. That is weird. Anyways.
That's crazy, man. That is wild. That's wild as shit.
All right. I got to roll like a fat kid down a hill. I'm about 12 minutes late for the show.
Dude, thank you for coming on the screen.
No, fuck you. Thank you for having me on, motherfucker.
Of course, B.
I love chopping it up. I want to start doing my own hangout too. Not my own hangout. Starting a hangout on Pub Sports at nighttime, just to talk about whatever the fuck we want to. You know what I mean? Whatever comes to the brain, like you do. So I'm trying to get that off the floor. I'm just doing so much streaming right now. It's like ridiculous. I mean, I'm going Wednesday, Thursday with the horse race. I don't have to, but I just like to go on there and help with the boys and, you know, try to help get donos and have fun at the same time because that's what I do. Have fun. But then on Saturday night and Saturday the other day because March Madness, but I don't think I'll be doing the March Madness this Saturday. We don't have UFC, so I'll be going out. But we have Bellator Friday night, and then Sunday we're back at it with March Madness, right? Big Show?
Yep.
Sunday. And then I believe Monday. Saturday, no Sunday?
Just all Saturday, 2 games on Saturday.
Okay.
Then Monday is the championship.
Easter. Yeah. Fucking, I keep forgetting about Easter. So actually, this is going to be a little bit of a slower weekend, which is needed it. The last 2 weekends have been crazy. I probably streamed over, and Big Show probably streamed over, well over 100 hours, probably like 120 or so. But thank you for having me on. You guys are shit. Big Show, I'll see you in a little bit. Look at that. I'm rhyming. Hey, I like clit. Oh, just a lot of it. So I'm out of here. Let's go suck a tit. Woo! 4 of them. Adios, amigos. Thank you, Just 2 cents. Everybody in the chat. You guys are the shit. And Denny Betts, fuck you.
Shit. All right, Bubba. Can I get some final words from you, brother, man?
Yeah, it was a fucking fun time, TC. Like I said, you said you were lighting up a banger. I was like, fuck, I'm not doing nothing. I'll come light one up with you.
All right, dude. Fuck yeah. Well, shit, man. Thank you so much for joining me on stream. You're welcome anytime. You know, anytime you see me live, just holler at me, man. I'll pull the ship around for you.
All right, bud.
Later, dude.
Later, boss.
There he is. Well, that was Big Show. That was Big Show. That was Boston Nick. I also want to thank MMA Locker Room Money Mills. I think it looks like the Daniel Rodriguez interview that this was originally going to be a pregame for. It looks like that's been rescheduled for later on this evening. I don't want to don't quote me on that. Definitely don't quote me on that. But check that out. Should be coming up either later on this evening or at some other time before too long, I imagine. But yeah, big thank you to MMA Locker Room, to Big Show Picks, to Boston Nick, aka Mr. Fat Fist on Twitter. And you can follow the other 2 guys on Twitter with those 2 names I said. And I want to give a big thank you to everyone that joined me and those gentlemen in the chat. I think, boys, we had like 12 or 13 people in here at one point. So that's what's up, man. Some Solution, Dry Spicy, Jihad, the General, of course. Danny, thanks for coming through, man. Oh, man, I just wanted to say, too, I wanted to say while Nick was on, but I fucking forgot. Like a fucking skeevy stoner. Fuck. Yes, I've been super impressed with the constant non-stop streaming that they've been doing, this coverage of the NCAA tournament, their continued coverage of March Madness. It's been really impressive. So big shout out to them, man. They've been doing the damn thing. Big shout out to the boys at Pub Sports Radio. And that is including none other than Boston Nick, Big Show Picks, and MMA Locker Room. So big thank you and shout out to those guys. Shout out to y'all, everyone that joined us in the chat. Noah, yep, Money Mills, the general. Of course, my dude Jack Attack, my UK Connect man, Northern England's finest. Dry Spicy in his mug. Good to see you, Spicy. Hope everything's well over there on the left coast. Let's see. Got in here, man. But yeah, thank you guys, man. It was a great stream. Like I said, I had 13 people, 12 or 13 people in here at one point. That's a damn good turnout for what is it, Wednesday, Thursday. But yeah, thanks again. Appreciate you guys. And I think I will be back on Friday. I think. In any case, I will put out a notification. But thanks again. Y'all are the shit. This is just my 2 cents. And I hope to catch y'all on the next one. Peace.